The views and opinions expressed by Ryan Menard and John Little are those of the broadcaster and do not necessarily reflect the official policy or position of Pilot Point Independent School District or PilotPointBearcats.com. Any content or comments provided by our broadcast team is their opinion and is not intended to malign any religion, ethnic group, club, organization, company, individual, anyone, or anything. This broadcast of Pilot Point football may not be retransmitted, reproduced, rebroadcast, or otherwise distributed or used in any other form without the expressed written consent of PilotPointBearcats.com.
This is Pilot Point Bearcat football on PilotPointBearcats.com.
Pressured, has it, avoids one man, pulled down in the end zone. That should be a safety. Going to be a drop back pass. Has some time, steps up in the pocket, throws it to the end zone. Avery Smith caught, touchdown. Drop straight back to pass. Going to be pressured. Throws the ball out, picked off, Jay Cox!
Now to the booth with Ryan Menard and John Little.
We are live. Good evening, Bearcat fans. This is Pilot Point Bearcat football on PilotPointBearcats.com. You're listening to the Custom Roofing and Construction pregame show. Tonight, the Pilot Point Bearcats are on the road in Brock, Texas to take on the mighty Brock Eagles tonight for the district championship of District 4 3A Division 1. I'm Ryan Menard, and joining me tonight once again is the Minister of 90s Bearcat football, John Little. Welcome, John, broadcasting from the roof of the Eagles Nest, a.k.a. the top of the press box here in Brock.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, forgive us for getting on a little bit late today. Traffic out here was rough, and then situations now were set up. They're pretty good, but they weren't quite ideal getting set up. So setting the game up, Bearcats played their best game of the season last week against the Boyd Yellow Jackets, and it wasn't even close to any other performance they've had all year. It looked like a whole different Bearcat team out
Sure
there.
did.
Early in the season, I mentioned how in my playing days, Coach Felt would speak of breaking the season into three parts: non-district, districts, and playoffs, and that your team's goal was to be peaking at the end of district as you get into the playoffs and enter the playoffs as the best team that you could be. Well, the Bearcats, what they showed us last week is that hopefully is what is happening. They peaked. They're reaching what this team could be their peak. They have a big test tonight against Brock. What do you need to see from the Bearcats tonight to build on last week's performance to send us into the playoffs?
Well, Ron, I mean, based on last week's performance, man, I mean that everybody was happy about that. And I mean, I was as excited as all the moms in my neighborhood going to a Kane Brown concert. I mean, it was great leaving the stadium. There wasn't an unhappy character to be found. The way the Bearcats played last week against Boyd, they brought it, like I said, all four quarters. Pretty much everything went the Pilot Point Bearcat way last week, and hopefully they can build on that again tonight, because we're up against it here, Bubba. They got the number one team in the state, the Brock Eagles, and you know it's kind of a reverse situation. I imagine, I don't know if it's officially senior night for them, but obviously the last game on their home field potentially for their seniors, so I'm sure they're going to be juiced.
They're a senior-heavy team too. So.
Exactly, and that's why they're so good. They've got a bunch of very solid seniors and senior options to choose from. So, you know, just looking to hopefully if we can build on last week's performance. Wow, we're really in for a treat tonight.
Yep. So speaking of the number one Brock Eagles, let's take a look at those Brock Eagles. Brock is coached by Pilot Point alum Chad Worrell. Brock is 9-0 entering tonight's matchup and held the number one team in the state title since opening kickoff of the season. You know, they were Dave Campbell's preseason number one, and they have definitely lived up to the hype. Brock has ran roughshod through their schedule so far this year, outscoring their opponents by a score on average score 57-12. They've only played one game under a 10-point margin, and that was against a really good 4A Iowa Park team. When they played Iowa Park, you know, every week I was going home after the game and watching the high school scoreboard and seeing Iowa Park was playing a team like Canadian, and they were beating a good Canadian team. They were beating another good team. They were beating another good team. So they were on a roll when they played this Brock Eagle team, and Brock still was able to beat a really solid 4A team.
Yeah, it was 42-35, if I remember that
7-point
correct.
game.
That's really the only test that Brock had, all season.
That is right. Offensively, Brock likes to run the football, and they do it from under center mostly. Not a whole lot of trickeration, really, with just the core of their offense. It's just pound the ball. They do dress it up a lot. They do some motion. They like to swing the ball real dramatically above the head and drop it in a fullback's belly. Not much to it other than that. But this offense is ran by an explosive playmaker, and their big playmaker of their offense is number 3, Cash Jones.
Cash Jones.
What a football name, Cash Jones.
Man, he's money.
Yep, he's the most explosive playmaker in the Brock offense, and he was actually voted preseason District 4 3A's offensive MVP and first-team All-State by Dave Campbell's Texas Football Magazine. Defensively, Brock's defense is a pretty vanilla-type defense. It's not complicated, but it's also not very predictable. So they only come out in certain looks, but you never know where the extra pressure is going to come from. They run a couple different coverages. Nothing too complex, but it's hard to get a read on them. And they're anchored by the guy who was named Dave Campbell's Texas Football Magazine's Defensive Player of the Year in all of 3A, not just the district MVP, the state's 3A Defensive Player of the Year.
Brett Drillett?
Brett Drillett, and that's another name, Drillett. He's a defensive lineman.
What a name for a defender.
He's not quite as big as I imagined he was going to be. He's tall, he's stout. He's not quite as big as I thought he's going to be, but it looks like he's really athletic, and he's going to be hard to reach on trying to get outside, trying to trap him. He's just a smart football player. It's going to be hard to do those things to him. Pilot Point, like we said, is coming off their best game of the season in a 52-14 win against the Boyd Yellow Jackets, and they're going to look to build off that. Have a couple players out this week, but we do look like, according to the pregame, we saw Aiden Cox out there in running some routes in formation, so I don't know how much we're going to see him tonight, but it'd be a good boost to get him back.
Yeah, it's certainly going to help.
And on a side note, Brock is the number 1 team in the state. The last time these Bearcats played the number 1 team in the state, they upset Wall in the playoffs last year. It's the first game I got to broadcast. So, Pilot Point, last time they played the number 1 team in the state, they answered the bell. So, here on the Custom Roofing and Construction pregame show, let's go over John's players to watch on both sides.
Yeah, Ryan, so players to watch for these Brock Eagles. I thought I was kind of discovering a rare gem, but I heard Coach Travis Marsh talk about him in the podcast. It's on the defensive side, it's number 20. He's a free safety, Luke Dillingham. And he's kind of the QB of the defense back there. You touched on Drillett. He's obviously Player of the Year candidate. Luke Dillingham, we got to watch for him at free safety. He's got good ball skills, and he can lay the lumber if he has to hit you. And then we got to be careful of his special teams ability because I've seen him return some kicks as well. And then number 88 is their huge tight end, Nathan Jones. He's about 6'4", 6'5", 240, 250 pounds. Man, he is a monster, and you can see him right here to our left, and he stands out. And man, if he gets ball in his hands, he's a load to bring down. And then of course the guy that you talked about as well, their number 1 player to watch is their number 3 running back, Cash Jones. Last year, he ran for about 2,700 yards, had 35 touchdowns rushing on the season last year, and he's the alpha and omega for these guys. It begins and ends with him. So Cash Jones is we're going to be calling his name all night, I'm sure. The thing that I like about him is that his patience and his vision. He's got it all, but his patience and vision as a running back is ridiculous. And then of course for the Bearcats, it's the usual suspects. We got Big Play Jay, number 5. We're looking for him at wide receiver and outside linebacker, defensive end type to make plays. And then, of course, our number 1 guy is Max Holler. So if Max builds on what he did last week, then we're in for a special game tonight.
Building on the maturation process that Chance Kirby mentioned in one of the post game of the podcast, Bearcat Insider did it, and he's absolutely right. Watching him as a passer here in the back half of the season is quite a bit different than watching it from the beginning half. So you're right, this Pilot Point offense goes as he goes. And Pilot Point, last week I talked about they need to find a new groove. They found that groove. What are your keys to victory tonight and the keys to continuing that?
Yeah, they're on. So key number 3 there's your keys, brother, is creativity. So you and I talked about this when we had the mics off, but we got to look out for that Salina special. You know, Chad Worrell grew up in Pilot Point, graduated in 1990, but he was trained by Butch Ford, G.A. Moore, and Jerry Jones, so you always got to watch out for trick plays. And I think we're going to take a break real quick or listen to the national anthem.
Continue with those keys to victory there.
Yeah, Ryan. So Brock threw us for a loop right there. The Bearcats hadn't even run through the run-through sign, and they bust out the national anthem. So it is what it is.
I like to see they stopped, though. They noticed the national anthem was playing and stopped and gave it its respect. Great
respect. And so key number 3 was creativity. So go watch out for that Salina special, onside kick, trick plays, halfback pass, things of that nature. And then key number 2. I've got Max or Cash, so it's going to be the battle of the senior superstars, offensive superstars for these guys. Max Holler from Pilot Point and Cash Jones from the Brock Eagles. So, you know, will Brock cash in, or will Pilot Point, go to the max? We'll see. And then key number 1, Ric Flair drip, go woo on the Brock. So talking about offset and Metro Boomin'. That's some Ric Flair for Caleb Marsh back in Philly. I know he's gonna like that one. But what I mean by that is, man, we got to bring the swagger. We got to have that Ric Flair energy and that confidence tonight, just like we did against Boyd. And like Ric Flair used to say, if you want to be the man, you got to beat the man. And these guys are number 1, so
they're the man.
You know, we got to beat them.
Well, we were able to accomplish that last year en route to a district championship. This will be the first time Pilot Point would have an opportunity to go back-to-back district championships since 08 and 09. And Pilot Point won the coin flip, and they elected to receive the opening half kick, so they are out getting ready for the Southern Junkies kickoff. And Brock approaches the ball, kind of keeps Bearcats on their toes for an onside, but they're going to tee it up and kick it deep.
I like how our front line was poached and ready for an onside.
And so it's 66 degrees and clear tonight, not much wind to speak of. Bearcats are wearing white jerseys with black pants. It's a little squib kick up the middle. They let it go. Ashton Kirby jumps on it about the 23 and just makes sure that we field it and we're going to take the ball on offense. A little weird situation there. Tristan Trubenbach kind of ran right by it. I think he had a good chance to field it, but at the end of the day, we get on it. We're going to get our first drive at the 23. Brock Eagles are wearing blue jerseys with blue pants and the blue helmets with yellow or white numbers and yellow stripes on the sleeve.
It was an awkward little squib kick. Like you said, it was nice job by Ashton Kirby just securing that and getting the possession for the Bearcats.
Yeah, Bearcats are going to come out trips left with Max Holler, quarterback, Ish Harris to his right. They're going to motion Ish Harris out of the backfield. Max Holler takes a snap, dive right up the middle, and I don't know if the offensive line got the play call. Something happened. 2 defensive linemen come right through, totally untouched. Max was able to get back to only losing 1 yard, but kind of like a jailbreak up front with the defensive line.
Yeah, it looked like our guard definitely missed our tackle definitely missed a block, and Max had nowhere to go.
Well, Pilot Point back at the line quick. Motion left to right. Snap, drop back to pass. Going to throw a deep wheel route to Jay Cox, just a bit overthrown. It's going to be 3rd and 11 here. I want to get to some things that we missed due to the traffic on the way out and getting set up here on the roof. We have an interview that John did this week with Chad Worrell, the coach of the Brock Eagles and Bearcat alum, that we're going to play at halftime. And
Pilot Point class of 1990, Chad
Pilot
Worrell.
Point class of 1990. We are also doing the live chat again this week like we did last week. That was fun. And this is the last week of the season that we're going to have the video. So next week we get into the playoffs. UIL prohibits video. So here on
Going
third
deep.
and long, we're going deep. Aiden Cox, that was his route that he ran there. He was I felt like he was obstructed getting off the line, but once you got off the line, it was pretty clean. So the Bearcats are going to go 3 and out on the opening drive. But hey, we were aggressive there. We were trying to throw the ball downfield.
And I like our receivers against the Brock secondary. I think that's where we have an advantage. We tried to take advantage of that, and it looked like we ran that little wheel route that had some success against Boyd last week on second down, and then took another shot on third.
There was a little bit of space there. The ball was a little bit overthrown, but it was a good play call. I see us going back to that. Aiden Cox back to punt. He catches it. A good punt
Nice
down
punt.
the center. Bounces at the 40, bounces straight up, and doesn't really take a bounce either way. I haven't seen a punt do that before.
No, that wasn't.
Literally hit on the 41, bounce straight up, hit the ground, bounce straight up again, and roll.
Wasn't real favorable as considering how well he punted that in the air.
Yeah, I mean, if
It
he
just-
could have got any sort of a bounce, that would have been a
On
better
the
punt
plus
than it
side,
was.
we kept it out of Luke Dillingham's number 20 out of his hands, and he's a playmaker.
That is true. That is, these guys are explosive on the Brock offense. So, but here they go, coming out. They're in the huddle. They're breaking the huddle, coming to the line. It looks like we're going to see a lot of under center, full house type offense. That's the old. I mean, I'm not surprised to see that with Chad Worrell at the helm.
Exactly.
Lots of motion here. They're going empty back. This is a gimmick play. You said to look out for something like
line
this.
special early on. They
Oh,
were
and we got
offsides.
bailed out there, so
False
start on Brock, so they went a little gimmicky, but Nathan Jones jumps early. That's the big tight end that you talked about. Made me think they were going to throw the ball out there, though, because he was blocking.
Yeah, and I'm sure the coaches are pretty upset because, it's one of those things where they've probably scripted, first few plays, but certainly that one with that new formation that they're trying to show, and then 88 jumps the gun there.
Yeah, that was – I see Pilot Point got out there and lined up to it pretty well, though.
They did adjust. The defense adjusted well to the formation, and they're going to have to do that all night.
Coming quick to the line is Brock. Brock snaps the ball, and they're going to pitch it to Cash Jones, right side.
There he
And
goes.
first play of the game, Cash Jones busts it, and it's going to be a long touchdown run. He is fast.
Man,
That's a heartbreaker.
yeah. Didn't take Cash long to deposit into his account right there. Wow.
54 yards, yeah. So he was on the left side in the backfield. They pitch it to him coming back across to the right. He catches it, not much interference in his way. He takes it all the way to the end zone for a Brock touchdown. They set up in a swing a gate, and they are swinging the gate, and they're going to kick it. So that's kind of not how you wanted this game to start, with the offense going 3 and out and Brock scoring on their first official play of the game. Extra point, next point is teed up at the 10. Snap, hold, the kick is up, and the kick is good. And I didn't get to watch the kicker pregame, but he's
got a good leg.
He's got a good leg, so
Yeah, that was true.
that was number. Yeah, so here we go. We're going to go to a quick break, but after each team has had a drive, it's Brock 7, Pilot Point 0.
Advanced Care Veterinary Hospital, Pilot Point, has been caring for animals around the Pilot Point area for the past 30 years. Large and small pets can expect a quality experience unmatched by other clinics. Advanced Care Veterinary Hospital of Pilot Point offers all the services you'd expect from your veterinarian. They provide preventative care, which includes vaccinations, flea, tick, and heartworm prevention. They also provide sick animal care, surgical, and dental needs with their full service lineup. Good luck to the Bearcats this season from Advanced Care Veterinary Hospital of Pilot Point, where pets are family.
I'm Coach Danny David, and you're listening to Bearcat Football on PilotPointBearcats.com.
And we're back here. Going to go to John for the Chandler's Cabinet scoring drive summary.
Yeah, Ryan, that was a quick one. One play, 64 yards. Cash Jones took it to the house on the ground, and that is your Chandler Cabinet scoring summary.
But now it's the Bearcat offense. After you went 3 plays, -1 yards, you see your opponent do that. A little bit of pressure to answer that, isn't there?
Sure is. Already, it feels like they've got more energy and more juice than we do.
Jay Cox catches it after letting it hit the ground and bounce behind him, and he's only going to get it out to the 13-yard line. before he swarmed down. That ball, that's the thing about an oblong-shaped football. It was going to bounce right in front of him, and I think he thought it was going to take a nice bounce right up to him, and that's not what happened. Ultimately, he had to turn around and chase it, and not a great setup here.
Yeah, messed up the entire timing of the kick return, and then we get pinned inside the 15-yard line here.
Yep, so they're going to give him forward progress to the 14-yard line. So here we go, Bearcats for their second drive of the game. Max Holler takes a snap. He's going to hand off to Ish Harris. Ish Harris is going to have a little bit of space there. It looks like he's going to get 3 yards on the first carry. So we're going to set up a 2nd and 7. Ish was looking to hit somebody once he got through the line, wasn't he?
Yeah, he was. He had nice ball control. He had both hands on it. He's lowering his shoulders. He was ready to hit somebody.
Yeah, they're running away from Gillette there, running towards the other DN, number 22, Nance Washington. This is going to roll out. They're going to hit a man in the flat. We're going to have a first down and more. Across the 30 for an Irish Real Estate first down.
Jay Cox.
And Jay Cox in the flat caught it. That's our first Irish Real Estate first down of the game. Set up 1st and 10 at our own 31-yard line. It's a good little answer. 2 positive plays. Get a first down. Get a little bit of momentum here for the offense.
Would really like to see our passing game get going. I think, again, that's where our advantage is.
Well, if we want to drop back and pass, we're going to have to make sure we do a good job in pass protection because these guys get after it. Ish Harris gets this carry. He's going to get another 2 yards. Now the pile is being pushed. Gets out. I think they're going to mark it at the 34, so that looks like it's going to be 3.5, 4 yards there on the first carry. So we're going to be 2nd and 6 here. And, 10 minutes to go here in their Ernesto's Fine Mexican first quarter. Bearcats looking to answer Brock's quick touchdown.
Yeah, and I heard Coach Worrell's coaching show this week, and I really hoped he would only talk about Ish, but he was honed in on Max Holler as well, so nothing's going to surprise him.
Max Holler keeps this up the middle. He's going to get a first down before he's finally brought down by safety Dillingham and a linebacker. I didn't get the number, but good run. Another Irish Real Estate first down for the Bearcats, and now we're going to have 1st and 10 at our own 44-yard line. That was right on cue. Talking about Max Holler, he fakes a handoff to Ish Harris, takes it off up the middle for a good game.
Yeah, I think that's what the Bearcats wanted to see on the first play of the game, right? But came back to it there, and it worked.
Max Holler back to pass, looking left. He throws the ball deep too. There's no one really there, but incomplete. Hey, incompletion's not the worst thing that could have happened on that play. So we're going to be 2nd and 10 here.
Yeah,
with some playmakers up front for Brock, you want to air the ball out. You got to rely on these linemen to provide good pass protection, and they have so far.
Yeah, you got to be careful because Luke Dillingham is the single high safety back there. He's playing center field. It looked like it might have been a little bit of confusion. Aston Kirby, number 8, and Jay Cox, number 5, seemed to be running in the same vicinity. I think there was confusion on the routes.
Here we go, 2nd and 10 for the Bearcats, their own 44. Holler takes a snap, rolls out right, looking to pass. And he's going to hit Cade Carter at the 50. Across the 50, Cade Carter steps out at the Brock 42-yard line. Oh, they're gonna say he stepped out way short of that. They're not even giving him the first down.
Oh, really?
Ooh. Well, they are going to get into Eagle territory, but it's going to be 3rd and 2 at the 46 of the Brock Eagles. I didn't think he stepped out.
I thought he tiptoed 3 or 4 yards further than they counted him. But you see Max, he broke out the sidearm again.
Yeah, so Ish was blocking for him. Ish got knocked back into Max, and Max was able to keep his composure and still deliver a good ball. But 3rd and 2 here for the Bearcats. It's just going to be a quarterback power. Max is going to make a man miss, and they're going to spot him short. I thought he had more than enough. The line judge is correcting his angle a little bit.
Looks like if he gives him
I think that's going to be enough for an Irish Real Estate first down, but let's see. They might try to bring the chains out to measure.
The line judge on the far side gave him a left foot spot. I think it's good, but if you give him a right foot spot,
well, you got to measure it.
What?
This is too big of a spot not to measure.
Close.
It's 4th down.
It's too close not to measure.
3 referees just looked down 30 yards away from 30 yards away and said, "Oh, we're going to call it short."
That is crazy. Still
Well,
got
Max Holler's going to get the first down on the quarterback sneak. It's still a bad spot from that line judge over there, but it's going to be more than enough for an Irish Real Estate first down. I can't believe they didn't take the time to measure that.
I'm shocked.
It's not like it's 3rd down. It was 4th going to 4th down. You got to measure that.
Yeah, I thought that might have cost us a timeout to regroup, but the Bearcat coaching staff did a good job.
Confidence in the lineman right there.
Not letting it bother the rhythm of this drive.
That's a good point. Because if you stop down to argue and measure and all that, you lose some of the momentum you've had. So that's a good point. First down for the Bearcats from the Eagle 44. Max Holler takes a snap, fakes a handoff. He's going to throw the ball deep, and there's lots of contact over there on the receiver. And the receiver is pretty upset about it. Looks like it might be Avery Smith down there. Lots of contact.
Yeah, he's fired up that he didn't.
There were two guys definitely not letting him by.
We are in Brock, Texas.
Yeah. And when I say not letting him by, I don't just mean good coverage, physically restraining him from running by them.
I know.
So 2nd and 10 for the Bearcats here. Not gotten some favorable calls so far, but it's not.
It's really the lack of calls, right?
Yeah. Max Holler under center. 2nd and 10. Ish Harris in the backfield. It's going to be a handoff to Ish Harris up the middle. Ish Harris is going to pound his way across the 40 to about the 39-yard line, which is going to set up to be what looks to be a 3rd and 5 here, 3rd and 5.5. So in this part of the field, as long as you can get, if you can get half of this, maybe a little more than half, you're set up for a good position to go for it in 4th down. If you end up losing yards or don't gain any, it's a tougher decision. So if it was me calling plays, I'd like to just call a play, something safe, something make sure I get some of those yards. It gives me an opportunity to get a 1st down.
One thing we haven't said all season, I think, is RPO, a little run-pass option.
Timeout called by Brock. That's going to be the first Uppercut Granite timeout of the 1st quarter. And with that timeout, we're going to go to a quick break.
For the best Mexican food experience, visit Uncle Beto's Mexican Restaurant on the corner of Liberty Street and Highway 377 in Pilot Point. Uncle Beto's offers the freshest and most authentic flavors that you can only find in the best Mexican cuisine. Dine in, or if you prefer curbside service, call Uncle Beto's at 940-686-0143 and order your food to go. Be sure to make Uncle Beto's a part of your game night routine, either before the game or up until 10 p.m. on game night. Uncle Beto's is ready to serve all you hungry football fans. Uncle Beto's is a family-owned and operated business proudly supporting the Pilot Point Bearcats.
I'm number 80, Alan Santoyo, and you are listening to Bearcat Football on PilotPointBearcats.com.
And we're back to Bearcat Football on PilotPointBearcats.com, brought to you by Speedolite Broadband. And we're going to have 3rd and 5 here for the Bearcats at the Brock Eagle 39-yard line. 7:32 remaining in the Ernesto's Fine Mexican Restaurant 1st quarter. And it is a 7-0 game. Brock in the lead.
Big play right here for the Bearcats.
Max Holler under center. Takes a snap. It's going to be a fake pitch to Ish Harris. Handoff coming back the other way to Jay Cox. Love the play call.
Great play call.
Yeah, 8 yards on the 3rd and 5, and we're going to have another Irish Real Estate 1st down for the Bearcats. We're on the drive trying to answer Brock's big play touchdown to start their drive.
Yeah, we just faked that pitch to Ish Harris and sold it very well. Brock was all over Ish and then hit it back with the counter. That was Jay Cox, right?
Yeah, it was.
The counter back up
Jay
the middle.
Cox has been playing that H-back position or fullback in a lot of those situations where they have that second man back there, like right here. This is going to be a pitch to Ish Harris, and Ish Harris is just going to try to power it. Breaks the man, breaks the tackle, gets out across at 25, hits another man out, pushed out at the 23-yard line. Physical run by Ish Harris, and that was a great 8-yard run there on 1st down and set us up with 2nd and short.
Yeah, if Ish Harris can get rolling here early in this game, that could bode well for the Bearcats.
Well, this is a game I like that we're setting a physical tone here on offense. I don't know what happened on the big play touchdown that Brock had. It's hard to see with all the commotion going on with Brock, but hopefully we can see more physicality on that side of the ball as the game progresses. But the offense is being really physical right now.
So far, so good.
That's a play-action pass. Max Holler going to throw the ball. Jay Cox caught inside the 10, inside the 5. Touchdown, Jay Cox. Beautiful play design. We've seen that a few times last week go for big plays. They just sneak Jay Cox out from that fullback position onto a wheel route, and it's been wide open every time.
He's money on that wheel route. Like you said, big play Jay's having a day already.
That's another instance of Max keeping his composure. There was good blocking, but one of the defensive linemen was pushing the running back into him, but he kept his composure, still delivered a good ball, and we have answered the touchdown that Brock had with one of our own, and now Holgans's is going to tee it up for the next tying extra point to try to tie this one at 7. Snap, hold, kick is up, and it looks to be good.
Everything was
and
true
the
on
next
that drive.
Italian extra point is good. 6:49 left in the Ernesto's 1st quarter. Pilot Point 7, Brock Eagle 7. We'll be back after this.
Located in Pilot Point, Texas, the Chandler family has been making custom cabinets for over 40 years. As a team, Chandler Cabinets is committed to designing and building the perfect cabinets for you. They will make the process comfortable and stress-free by personally guaranteeing a superior product built on the standard of superior craftsmanship and immaculate customer satisfaction. From concept to completion, perfect form and function. Chandler Cabinets is an award-winning company with a reputation for consistent innovation at the highest level of design. You can find more information on Chandler Cabinets at chandlercabinets.net or on their Facebook page, Chandler Cabinets. Chandler Cabinets, 40 years of excellence.
I'm co-captain Avery Brown of the Pilot Point varsity cheerleading team, and you are listening to Bearcat Football on pilotpointbearcats.com.
Bott Family Dentistry located at 1220.
And we're back, and we're going to go to John with the Chandler Cabinets score and drive summary.
Yes, sir, Ryan. So that's 13 plays, 86 yards. Took 4 minutes and 10 seconds off the clock. Nice pass from Max Holler to big play Jay in this near sideline here in the corner, and a great answer by the Pilot Point Bearcats.
We're not going away in this one. Holganger, Pooch kicks it. It's going to land at the 30 and not really bounce anywhere before it's jumped on by number 12. Ellis Potts there for Brock. Man, this turf must be extremely soft the way the ball is just not going anywhere when it bounces.
It's just been bouncing basically straight up.
Well, unfortunately, the one that bounced in front of us that we tried to field awkward. Did shoot off on us, but the 2 times we kick it and it hits the turf, it just totally died. That's interesting. Must be soft turfed out there. But Brock's going to get their second possession, 1st and 10 at their own 28, and the Bearcats are looking for answers from the first drive. Cash Jones was explosive, man.
Oh, wow.
I couldn't believe how fast he was there.
One play.
And this handoff's going to go right to him as well, and he's going to get more space. Hurdle, man. And they're going off to the races again. Across the 50, Jay Cox is going to run him down.
Man.
And it looked like Dakota David was playing middle linebacker. No, that's Tristan Trubenbach. He was the one that finally pushed him out. But, man, the safety had a chance to make a tackle. Then he hurdled another man. He is explosive.
He is. You know, it's not really size with him. They got him listed at 6 foot. I don't know if he's 6 foot, but, man, the guy can run the football.
Brock getting to the ball in a hurry. They're going to take the snap. It's going to be a rollout right before it hands off underneath. This time, number 9 makes the carry. Up the middle, Zach Butler, and he's going to get about 5 yards on the carry. Man, anything I would employ the Whitesboro game plan on us. Wherever number 3 goes, I'm going.
Oh, yeah, you got a key on him. Yeah, it looked like Jackson Gleaton, quarterback there. It almost looked like a busted play, and then he came back and remembered he had to hand it off inside.
Yeah. Well, this one's going to go back to number 9 before he cuts it across. He's going to get enough for the first down, and they can't. Oh. Man, he didn't think he was down. I thought he was down. The Bearcat defense thought he was down, but it's hard to tell from up here, so I don't really know.
There was a whistle, so he was down.
Yeah, that was another Cash Jones run. These numbers that Brock wears, it's hard to tell some of the differences between 3 and 9 and 22 and 23. It's really hard, so bear with us when we make calls like that on who's getting the carry. Yeah, I'm still not sure if that's 9 or 3.
I know, and they all wear their jerseys super tight, so their numbers are stretched. It makes it even worse to be able to read it.
Yeah, well, here we go. Under center. Snap, pitch right, comes right up the middle. And Bearcats going to try to make the tackle. They finally make the tackle inside the 15, but that'll be a first down for Brock. Not much to the offense, just getting to the line quick and snapping it and running it right between the tackles.
Yeah, I mean, Legacy Bearcat fans will probably love their offense because they break the huddle with intent and purpose, and, man, they block it. Every one of their guys blocks. Watch the quarterback. Almost every play he's trying to block somebody.
Cash Jones back on the field. Looks like he's lined up in Wildcat as the quarterback. Motion right to left. Cash Jones takes a snap. He's going right at the middle. Snap was high into the right, and that helped the Bearcat defense get there and make a play for no gain. One player that we said we were missing some players in the pregame, didn't mention who. Gavin Wheeler's not playing right now, and that's going to be a pretty big miss for the Bearcats in that interior defensive line.
Yeah, we're going to have to look for Ryan Riney to step up. I mean, he had a great game last week, and right there that was Aiden Cox. So we got him back. That's a positive, and he made the play on that one.
It looked like Jacob Dane was getting some time inside, and we have a real small guy in there trying to cause chaos. Pitch right to left, and this is going to be
blocking in front of him.
Yeah, another Brock touchdown. This offense is going to be hard to stop. Because, I mean, they had 3 men leading in the hole there, and there was nobody there.
Yeah.
Number 8, Chris Palferman Powell Freeman.
You almost have to have your outside linebacker strong safety just come up and just try to blow that up, get in the middle of the blockers.
Yeah, man, they just send so many people into the hole that they're running through that even if you get there and you hit somebody and you clog it up, you're not actually getting to the ball carrier, and then somebody's explosive is cashed. Look how high that ball got up in the air.
Wow.
Good BAT. Bearcats put good pressure on the kid. Was able to get up there. But 4:28 left in the Ernesto's Mexican first quarter. It's Brock 14, Pilot Point 7, and we'll be back after this.
Bott Family Dentistry, located at 1223 South Washington Street in Pilot Point, is the area's first choice in dental care. Dr. Bott offers a full range of dental services for the entire family. His state-of-the-art office, equipped with the most current dental technology, including digital radiographs, digital records, and intraoral camera utilization, allows him to provide the best treatment options available today. Call 940-686-2535 to schedule your appointment. That is Bott Family Dentistry, Pilot Point's first choice in dental care.
I'm Cindy Franco, a student trainer for the Bearcats, and you're listening to Bearcat Football on PilotPointBearcats.com.
And we're back here. Brock teeing it up for a Southern Junkies kickoff. We're going to go to John real quick with the Chandler Cabinet score and drive summary.
Yeah, Ryan, so that was 6 plays, 67 yards. It took 2 minutes, 11 seconds off the clock, and Brock just escorted their running back into the end zone there and answered our score, so now they're up 14-7.
It is going to take some sort of superior physicality from a defense that will stop this offense. They lead so many blockers into the hole that it's hard to actually get your hands on the running back. Ashton Kirby catches it. He's going to make a good return. Across the 50 before he's ridden out of bounds at about the 45-yard line of the Eagles. Ridden out kind of late, but didn't look malicious. They're not going to throw a flag. But like I was saying, so you have a runner as explosive as Cash Jones. You might have a pile right in front of him, but if you can't get your arms around him to tackle him, he can make anything happen.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, it's going to take a heck of a defensive effort tonight. You kind of hope with all their formations and mix-ups that maybe they fumble the football a few times.
Maybe they put the ball on the ground
put
somewhere.
The ball on the turf for us.
But hey, if the offense keeps answering like they did the last drive, we have a game still. Here we go. Max Holler under center. Takes the snap. It's going to be a handoff to Ish Harris. Makes a jump cut. Runs over a man. Gets to the 45. It's going to be 2 yards on the first down. And Ish is a little bit slow to get up, but he took kind of a hit to the back there as he's trying to spin out. I can understand why he's a little rattled by the hit, but he's up, ready to go. They've got the call. Max Holler coming. It's going to be under center again. Jay Cox is playing the traditional fullback position here with Ish Harris running back in the backfield. Max Holler going to fake the pitch, hands off to Jay Cox.
Jay
Cox
that time we fumbled.
And looked like we're going to be able to get on it. Big number 72 for the Bearcats. Colin Haynes jumped on it. As soon as Jay Cox got his hands on the football, he was lit up.
Yeah,
the ball came flying out.
Brock made the adjustment. That was a big play. We got the first down on last drive.
On the 3rd and 5 last drive.
Yeah, on 3rd and 5, and they were all over. They were all over the counter on that one.
Yeah, right at Gillette, who's supposed to be the man. He blew that up.
As soon as Jay had the ball, he knocked it out of his hands.
3rd and 5, Max Holler rolling left. He's going to hit Jay in the flats. Jay's got to turn it up. He makes a man miss and gets out across the 30 for a Bearcat first down. That's an Ira Real Estate first down to the Eagle 30-yard line. First man could have made the tackle there, could have stopped him just short, but Jay Cox too strong. Gets it across the line to gain and down to the 30-yard line. So the Bearcats on the drive here, trying to answer Brock's second touchdown with a second one of their own.
We've had some success with that out route on that far side.
It's going to be pitch out to Ish Harris. Ish Harris cuts it up after getting a block down to about the 27-yard line. There's another 3 yards on first down, and I like the offense. We're running it efficiently. We're gaining yards. Only one play for a loss so far, and that was the first play of the game. So, as long as we can keep on schedule like this and keep positive plays coming, we have a chance to put up some points tonight against a really, really stingy Brock defense.
Yeah, the rhythm of the offense has looked great since Max has returned.
Well, Max keeps this one around the left side.
Still running.
He's not down yet. Gets another push, and that's going to be another 3 yards there. Set up a third. They're going to give him 4 yards there. Set up a 3rd and 3 here. That's on cue again. You say his name. He pulls the ball out and runs the ball between the tackles. Set up a 3rd and 3 here for the Bearcats. The offense, I'm impressed. The offensive line's handling a really tough defensive line pretty well. The backs are running physically. We look pretty good here on offense so far. 3rd and 3, though. It's going to be another play-action pass. Max Holler gets it to Jay Cox out. Jay Cox is not going to be – it's actually going to go maybe backwards a yard. Hit him out in the flat. Brock did a good job of adjusting to that.
Yeah, they were all over that one.
And they hit Max as he threw the ball, but also had a man there to tackle the Jay Cox who caught the ball. So that was about a half-yard loss. So it's going to be 4th and 3.5. This is outside of Hoel's kicking range, or right at it at least. This would be about a 42-yarder. I don't think we're interested in field goals right now watching the Brock offense.
Yeah,
run.
we want to stay connected to them. Really would like to get a touchdown out of this drive.
Yeah. We got to get to the line of scrimmage here if we want to run a play. 5 seconds and counting, not taking a whole lot of urgency, and we get our own uppercut granted timeout first of the first quarter, or the first half for the Bearcats. Both teams have used one timeout.
Smart timeout call right there.
Minute 46 left here in the Ernesto's first quarter. We're going to go to a quick break.
Hey Bearcat fans, living in North Texas, you know all about bad weather. When bad weather does strike, look no further than James Floyd's Custom Roofing and Construction. Custom Roofing and Construction has built their business off of quality work and customer referrals. Let their friendly and knowledgeable staff ensure the project runs smoothly from start to finish. You can visit Custom Roofing and Construction on their website, customroofingdallas.com, or give them a call at 214-274-8353.
I'm Letitia Asensio, and you are listening to Bearcat Football on PilotPointBearcats.com.
And we're back to Bearcat football here. So a minute 46 left in the first quarter. The Bearcats have a 4th and 3.5. This is our second 4th down here of the first quarter, and we got our first one on the last drive. So here we go. Max Holler lined up. Nish Harris to his right, and this is going to be a fake pitch. Max Holler up the middle, needs to get to the 20. I don't know if he's going to have got it. I think he might be a half-yard short.
They've given it to Brock.
They didn't waste any time making the call.
No, they're not interested in measuring tonight, are they?
So that half-yard loss on the 3rd down really affected us there on the 4th down, because that's about the yard margin we were short, was that half-yard there. So Brock wins that possession. So the Bearcat defense here, they have to stand strong here.
Need to make a stand, stay connected to these guys.
Everybody's so close to the line of scrimmage as well. Snap, handoff, Cash Jones. Oh, Tristan Trubenbach sticks him but can't bring him down. Breaks another tackle.
Golly,
this kid is unreal.
Down.
And he's going to outrun everybody in the end zone. He is unbelievable.
That looked like the same play. It looked like the first play he scored on. Same thing. But he broke more tackles on that effort.
And the
this
fact
kid's special.
He is special. Tristan Trubenbach, who is a great tackler, he comes right through and hits Cash Jones at the line of scrimmage.
Looked like he had him wrapped up.
Looked like he had him wrapped up.
Cash gave him a little stiff arm and then a spin move and
then
got going, and it was like, wow.
TK from the safety position come up to try to make a tackle, and he got stiff armed, and then it was just Dakota David couldn't catch him down the sideline.
Got to get this kid before he gets started, apparently, because he's running away from us.
Oh, wow. Well, this next Italian PAT for Brock is good. Minute 28 left in the first quarter. Brock 21, Pilot Point 7. And the difference in this game is 100% has been, and unless we figure something out, it will continue to be. Number 3, Cash Jones, is a special kind of player that reminds me of some of the players I've seen in the past, but none lately.
Again, I was worried about that run, being his last game on this turf, He's going to bring a special effort, and he's already a darn good player. And if a little extra juice, man, he's bringing it tonight.
He sure is. So a minute 28 and counting. We're going to just stay here. And
now he does look human because he looks a little tired here on the sideline.
Well, I mean that's a.
I'd be tired too if I made all those moves on that last
sure
play.
By the time they get the ball back, he'll probably be well recovered. I hope not. I hope that's all he has in him. Because goodness gracious, those 2 touchdown runs of his were just something special. The first one less special. The first one, he hit the hole hard. He outran everybody end zone. But that one, he had a sure tackler come and stick him at the line of scrimmage, and not just hit him, he wrapped him up.
Right.
Couldn't get him down.
I was about to pat the Bearcats on the back for making an adjustment because I thought it was the exact same play as the first one he scored on. And he was off.
We've talked about some of the plays that we'd like to see the Bearcats run throughout the year. Call them, that's the touchdown play. That might be Brock's touchdown play. Just pitch the ball to number 3.
Number 3. That's their touchdown guy.
Well, this kick is a squib kick up the middle, and this takes a good hop for Jay Cox the field across the 30. Where he's hit, he's going to be slung down across the 35 to about the 37-yard line. Bearcats going to take over for another possession here at their own 37. And now we're starting to, it's still early, still lots of football. You can get something figured out on defense. But with what it's looked like so far, this is the drive that you need to really give your defense the confidence boost and get some points on the board and let the defense know this is still a football game.
Yeah, I was going to jinx him, but I was hoping for a Javin Bruce type return, kickoff return on that last play.
Wish Harris is going to have some space to run here. He stiff arms a man, gets the crowd across the 45 to about the 47-yard line. So that's going to be 11 yards on first down. That's going to be an Irish Real Estate first down here, 1st and 10 at their own 47-yard line. That was a powerful run there by Ish, especially at the end.
Really was. Ish is running hard again tonight. He typically does. Sometimes there's not much room there to run, but tonight he's proven that he's got some space.
Well, he's standing next to Max Holler in the backfield. Holler takes the snap, hands off up the middle to Ish Harrison. This time there was nowhere to go before a couple Brock Eagles get through the line of scrimmage and make the tackle for a couple-yard loss. Looked like coming through there was number 25, Carson Carter, from the middle linebacker position for the Eagles. It's only the second play the Bearcats have had significant yardage loss from the offense.
Yeah, and Josh Gleed, number 35, was in on that as well.
So 2nd and 14 here for the Bearcats. Max Holler, play action pass. Tries to throw a slant route to Aiden Cox. They're not on the same page there and falls harmlessly to the turf there. Bearcats here facing a 3rd and 14. It's a big 3rd and 14.
Yeah, that big Brett Drillett, the Player of the Year candidate at D end over there, really disrupted the timing. He was in Max's face as soon as he got the snap, made him rush that throw.
Well, big 3rd down here for the Bearcats. 17 seconds left in the Ernesto's first quarter. Max Hollers are going to get under center. I'm imagining we're probably going to see this wheel route. And play action, that's what we're going to see. And Max Holler is sacked by Drillett. Drillett was able to get around there. Max had a little bit of time to throw, didn't like what he saw, and Drillett comes in behind him and brings him down. And the clock stopped running, but that's probably going to be the end of the first quarter, unless we really, really want to punt this ball right now, which I don't imagine we will.
I don't think we will. I think we'll bleed it down. But Drillett, man, he took over those last 2 plays off that right side.
At the end of the Ernesto's Mexican Restaurant first quarter, it's Brock 21, Pilot Point 7. When we come back, it'll be 4th and 13, and the Bearcats will be looking to punt.
Established in 2004, Ernesto's Fine Mexican Food has continued preserving its original home-style cooking and hospitable touch. Ernesto's family has roots in Mexico as well as Texas ties. Relying on those roots, Ernesto created his unique menu. Offering a variety of Tex-Mex favorites as well as Mexican specialties, Ernesto's won't let you down. So join them for home cooking, or as they say, Comida Cesar, in family-style service. Located at 10279 Farm Market 455 East, Suite 100, or at the corner of 455 and Highway 377 in Pilot Point. They look forward to seeing you, and go Bearcat.
I'm number 5, Jay Cox, and you're listening to Bearcat Football on PilotPointBearcats.com.
When we're back here for the second quarter, the first play of the quarter is going to be a Pilot Point punt. It is 4th and pretty long here for the Bearcats. I don't think we're gonna see the 4th and 18 magic play call that we saw last week.
No, I don't think so.
Aiden Cox back. He's the punter. He's back to his normal punting duties. He had a pretty good first punt. Weird bounce on him, but it was a pretty good punt. So let's hope we can get a repeat of the punt itself.
Did you expect that much scoring in the first quarter, Ryan?
I'm not surprised. But no, I didn't expect it, but I'm not exactly shocked.
Yeah,
Great punt by Aiden Cox. He's gonna let it bounce at the 30. I don't know why he didn't feel it, but it's gonna bounce all the way down to about the 15-yard line. You're right, that was an excellent punt, and that at this point, anything to help your defense, try to get a little bit of confidence. At least Brock's gonna start this possession back in their own territory. But in the end of the day, it doesn't matter where they start with the ball. If they can't tackle Cash Jones, it doesn't matter where they start with the football.
It's gonna be a long night. You can't bring that guy to the ground because he's going to get the ball at least 15 more times probably.
I hope we can tackle him 15 more times.
Exactly.
Well, here we go. They're coming back on the field, and I actually don't see Cash Jones coming with him.
Okay. I told you he was winded. Where's he at?
I don't see him out there. We got Jackson under center. It's going to be pitch number 11. Bearcats bottle this one up. Nowhere really to go. Number 11 on the carry, Miles Seamus. And it looks like Cash is down here.
He's on the sideline.
I don't know if he's throwing up or stretching, but it doesn't really look all that great.
No, he's got the trainer next to him.
Kind of, I mean, I've seen, it kind of looks like he's throwing up. I'm not exactly sure. But, Bearcats may catch a break here.
Oh, I know. Brock is averaging 57 points per game and only allowing 12 per game. They've had 2 shutouts in 3 games where they only allowed 1 TD. So they're high scoring for sure.
In the shotgun. They're going to draw back. This will be the first pass of the game. Good pass rush. Aiden Cox gets his hands on it. And we're able to make a good pass defense there by Max Holler. And looked like TK in on coverage. Jay Cox or Aiden Cox, one of the Cox brothers, was in on the pass rush and got to the quarterback, hit him as he threw. So, I mean, I don't know how Brock liked that drop back there, but if I was them, I'd just keep keeping the ball on the ground.
Yeah, Max was trailing Chris Palfreeman right there all the way. If he would have turned his head a little earlier, he might have been able to intercept
TK
that.
was in good position over the top as well. Both safeties had good coverage on it.
I don't think Max knew that the ball was in the air.
Trips left for Brock. They are going to drop back, and they're going to try to throw this one again. This one's going to be a screen.
Middle screen.
And they are able to complete it to number 11, but he had to jump to catch it, and it ultimately, he kind of tripped over his own lineman.
Yeah.
So it is 4th and 9 here for Brock, and they're going to punt the football.
Hey.
So interesting to see that Brock, without Cash Jones on the field,
they're different.
Tried to run the ball once and then 2 pass plays, and they're punting it.
They're a different animal without that guy. They kind of got away from their traditional running formations on that drive.
That's what I'm more surprised of. I'm not surprised that they're not the same team without him on the field, but I am surprised that they got away from
the game plan kind of changed, didn't it?
Bearcats got a timeout in there before they got caught with 12 players on the field.
Yeah.
I started seeing some confusion. I
started
counting,
late.
and I saw the timeout be called right as I counted the 12th man, right before Brock took the snap. So it wouldn't have been enough for a first down. I'm not sure if it would have been enough to make Chad Worrell decide to go for it.
Yeah.
But I'm glad we used our second Uppercut Granite timeout to avoid the 5 yards. So now we're pretty sure they're still going to punt the ball.
Well, if I know Chad, he would at least thought about faking it at 4th and 5 versus 4th and 10. So you gotta honor everything.
Yep. So the Bearcats defense gets a win, and now you get back on the field, you get a touchdown, and it's a 7-point game.
Connected.
I'm not entirely sure what Cash Jones' status is. He doesn't necessarily look injured, but he doesn't necessarily look like he's ready to go back in and play right now.
He's not feeling it.
No.
I don't know if ponchos exist anymore, but it looked like me after a ponchos buffet about probably 10 years ago.
Yeah.
I wasn't feeling it, you know what I mean.
Well, here we are, back to punt again for Brock. Looks like it's number 10, Tyler Moody. He's got his heels at his own 4-yard line.
Shout out to ponchos if they still exist.
Snap. The punt is up, and it's going to go and be fielded by Avery Smith. He's going to reverse field and pick up 1 block. And there's really no other blocks he's getting. And he spins out. He's just fighting now. He needs to get down.
We're fortunate we didn't get a block in the back call, if you saw what I saw there.
I did see that, and I was really anxious to see that advanced care vet penalty flag come flying, but it didn't. So Bearcats are going to get the ball first, 10 at their own 42, with a chance to make this a 1-possession game. And we've had a couple good drives, a couple bad drives, so hopefully we're due for another good drive here, John.
Yeah, we need to respond here, stay connected, keep their offense off the field. Because Cash looks like he's recovering it down here, so
he's got the hair flip going on. The helmet's coming back on.
He's got good hair.
So Max Hogg takes a snap, hands off to Ish Harris. Ish Harris cuts it, and he's going to get across the 50. He's going to get enough for a first down. Brock's trying to strip that ball out. I don't think they got it out, but definitely marked down after an 11-yard carry there for Ish Harris. That's an Irish real estate first down into Brock Eagle territory.
Yeah, they had 3 guys trying to wrap up Ish. at the same time, so one of them was taking the liberty of trying to pull that ball out. Ish did a good job hanging on to it and finishing the play strong at the same time, getting extra yards.
1st and 10 at the Brock 47-yard line. Max Holler under center. Ish Harris, the lone back in the backfield. It's going to be a fake to him, handoff to Jay Cox, coming the backside from the fullback position, and he's going to get more than enough for another Irish Say first down. Look like they're going to give him 13 yards on that first down carry. Back-to-back first downs.
A little fake to Ish on the pitch and going back to the counter to Jays. It's worked 2 out of 3 times tonight. And, we saw Jay carry the ball. We really haven't seen him carry the ball a lot since, what was it, the Castleberry game? It seemed like he got some carries.
One game he got carries in the fourth quarter due to Ish being shaken up, and it looked real good. And he's gotten some good carries tonight as well.
He's looked good tonight.
Busted play. Max Holler's just going to make something of it, and he's going to get about 3 yards. Pistol formation, not sure if everybody got the same call, but luckily we have a really athletic quarterback who's able to make 3 yards out of it.
Yeah, did his little Tony Romo impersonation there and kind of took it upon himself, but looked like he looked back at Ish, and they were certainly not on the same page there.
There we go. 2nd and 7 for the Bearcats at the Brock Eagle 31-yard line. Under center, Max Holler. Pitch out to Ish Harris. It's going to be just a run right up the middle. Makes a couple jump cuts, and he's brought down after about 2 yards there. Lots of motion going on from Ish there, trying to find some space
he was dancing.
to run. Yeah, trying to show that patience there.
That's one thing that I thought, watching Cash Jones on film, I saw a lot of patience out of him, but tonight, man, he's like
run.
He's shot out of a cannon.
Yep. Well, on this 3rd down, we're going to roll out to pass. Man.
That was almost unfortunate.
Beautiful play call. Avery Smith coming motion, roll out right. Avery Smith coming across the left. If he catches that ball, it's a foot race. It's the 1st down for sure. He may take it all the way. So here, 4th and 5 here from the Brock Eagle 29-yard line. And the Bearcat offense, they need to make something. So they're 1 of 2 on 4th down conversions. And let's see what they want to do here. They need this conversion.
Really need this one. And it's that distance where a max QB draw is tough to get. Tough to get 6.
Well, there's going to be a quarterback run to the right. And coming, scraping hard and making a big tackle is middle linebacker number 25, Carson Carter. He read that, scraped over the top, and delivered a big hit. 1 yard on the carry for Max Holler. But that is another Bearcats turnover on downs. And the Brock Eagles offense is ready to come back on the field after their first 3 and out of the ballgame.
Yeah, Ryan, we talked about it before. It's just the little things, right? If Avery secures that catch and he's got room to run and may get in the end zone there, and it's a whole different ball game, but we didn't make that play and put ourselves in a bad spot.
Number 3, Cash Jones, back on the field for the Eagles, so good to see that he's not hurt. Wildcat formation. He's going to go straight to playing quarterback here. Motion left to right. Snap. They're going to hand it to the jet sweep, and there's no one there. Number 8, unless he can be caught by TK.
On, TK.
TK's got some speed.
Boy, TK.
TK tracks him down at the 19, had the angle on it, but that was a long way to run. I didn't think there was any way.
Yeah, I didn't think he had it in him either. Chris Bell-Freeman had the acceleration, but the TK raised him the angle and tracked him down, cut him back inside, and wrangled him to the ground.
It was a big effort play there by TK to make that tackle. Well, 1st and 10, Brock getting the line of scrimmage quick. Snap. This hands-off is going to be to number 3, Cash Jones, and they're able to drag him down there at about the 14-yard line.
He didn't look like the same runner there.
Well, he had to hurdle a man off the line, had somebody grab the jersey. I think he hit the hole pretty hard, though. Just were able to get some hands on him before he got going, really.
I'm just glad to know that he is tackleable. We can tackle him.
Yeah.
Let's just put it that way. I was afraid that we weren't going to bring him down all night.
Well, they pitch it to Palferman again. He's going to take it up, and he's going to take it in for a touchdown.
He's untouched.
14 yards there, and from our angle, you were able to see the hole open right up, and it was pretty easy run there.
Yeah. Coach Gray be proud of his protege, Chad Worrell, on that one. That one opened up like a hollyhock, as Coach Gray used to tell us.
Well, they're swinging the gate, and they're going to kick this PAT, next time PAT, to make the lead 28-7. Here, still 7 minutes to go in the second quarter. This Brock team is for real.
They are. They got some football players.
Cash Jones is also the holder, and he does a good job of getting that one down, and the kick is up, and it is good. 7:14 left in the second quarter. Brock 28, Pilot Point 7.
Since 1983, the Scott Walker Insurance Agency has been covering the insurance needs of Pilot Point. Regardless of what that need may be, they have you covered, offering homeowners, auto, life, farm and ranch, and commercial. Give them a call at 940-686-2692. That's Germania Insurance, the Scott Walker Insurance Agency, located just north of the town square at 211 Scott Lane in Pilot Point, Texas. Scott Walker Insurance Agency, always there to help.
We want to wish our varsity cheerleader, Abby, a great senior year. Love Mom, Dad, and Michael.
I'm Kennedy Chandler, and you're listening to Bearcat Football on PilotPointBearcats.com.
And we are back, and Brock's going to tee the ball up and kick it off to the Bearcats. Bearcats got to find something to get something going here before the half ends.
Yeah, we're ready for onside just in case.
Well, this squib kick has been a big thing for them, and we've got a couple good returns on the squib kick, a couple not good returns, so it's kind of hit or miss here. Brock had that ball teed up like the watermelon kick that the Cowboys pulled on Atlanta earlier in the year before they decided to tee it up to kick it deep.
Yep.
Oh, we need to cover the Chandler cabinet scoring drive summary from the last drive.
Yeah, Ryan, his 3 plays, 70 yards.
Yep,
70 yards, a minute and 10 off the clock, and number 8, Chris Kyle Freeman took it to the house. So.
Yep, so that was these kicks are weird. They're not. That was like an onside kick, but it was straight up the middle. I don't think they had any intention of actually trying to recover it. Ball found a weird spot in the middle of the return before Ashton Kirby was able to jump on it. Pilot Point's going to have it 1st and 10 at their own 31-yard line. All the usual guys still out there: Max Holler, Ish Harris, Jay Cox, Ashton Kirby, Avery Smith.
Little pistol formation.
Cade Carter playing tight end. Max Holler takes a snap, hands off to Ish Harris. And,
nice
what
spin move.
Spin move.
Okay,
Brings
Ish.
up the backside. He's going to get a first down plus some. Carried out across the 45-yard line. He definitely made about 15 yards there out of nothing. A jump cut, a spin move, and off to 15 yards.
He showed some patience, some vision, some agility, and some speed.
Yeah, Brock came in hot, trying to make another tackle for loss, and ends up a 15-yard gain for the Bearcats. 1st and 10 at their own 48-yard line. Maxhauer takes his snap. He's going to keep it on the right side. He's going to get outside and slung down across the 50, almost to the 45. He kind of slung around and dove out there on the end.
Where they give the spot here.
Line judge over there only gives him the Eagle 48-yard line, so it looks like about 4 yards there.
Looked like he was fighting for extra yards. He might have got a couple more yards, but he was out of bounds, I guess.
I don't know. I'm not real confident in where the spots that line judge has put out.
Yeah.
They're signaling. Oh, it must have been a penalty there. Advanced vet care penalty on the Brock Eagles there. It looks like it might be the 15-yard variety because they're marching off quite a bit. Maybe it was a late hit there that's slinging them out of bounds.
Maybe.
Bearcats catch a break there. They're going to get the ball at the Brock Eagle 33-yard line. Well, hopefully they can kill some of this clock and get some points on the board because this Brock Eagle offense has shown they don't need much time to score.
No, they don't. They're quick hitters.
Yeah, a little pistol formation. Jay Cox and Max Holler's right. Ish Harris next to him. Handoff to Ish Harris. Jump cut. Gets outside. Makes another man miss. He's going to get 12 yards. Great running by Ish Harris. Man, oh man, 12 yards. And that wasn't an easy 12 yards. I mean, that's one of those runs that if you were to still frame it after he gets a handoff, you're hoping he can get back to the line of scrimmage, maybe +1. The fact that he turned it into 12 is just
almost looked like he's
to him.
Dead in the water as soon as he got the ball, but he just showed great patience and strength and agility to break that, get 12 yards out of it.
There's some
timeout here.
Confusion going on here. They're signaling for a timeout. I didn't see who they've signaled it for. They just made the motion of a timeout, but no indication has been made on who called it. But since they're taking a timeout, we're going to take a quick timeout, and we'll be back after this.
Russell Pelzel with Hometown Pharmacy has built a reputation on providing only excellent service and support to the Pilot Point community. You can depend on Hometown Pharmacy to deliver the best customer service along with a selection of quality healthcare products. When you use Hometown Pharmacy, you will work with a knowledgeable and understanding staff who will help you find the right products and solutions tailored to fit your lifestyle, as well as equipment that will integrate into your daily life. Contact Hometown Pharmacy at 940-686-0123.
I'm Denise Dominguez, a student trainer for the Bearcats, and you're listening to Bearcat Football on PilotPointBearcats.com.
According to the scoreboard, that timeout was assigned to the Bearcats there, so that's their second Uppercut Granite timeout. 6:19 left in the second quarter. 1st and 10 for the Bearcats at the 21-yard line of the Eagles. Max Holler under center, fakes the pitch out to Ish Harris, hands it to Jay Cox coming out the backside, and he's going to get it down to about the 16-yard line. I like that little play there.
We're having real good success with it. I think we've seen it 4 times tonight.
4 yards there on that one, so 2nd and 6 here for the Bearcats. Focusing a lot more running the ball here in the second quarter. The first quarter we wanted to come out throwing the ball. We looked sharp at times, looked not sharp at others, and right now we've been running the ball really effectively. Speaking of, we're going to play action pass. Max Holler's going to throw a fade right into the end zone. Has a man. Caught. Touchdown, Bearcats. Beautiful throw. That's a big play, Jay, down there.
Jay comes through again.
That was a beautiful throw by Max Holler. So, that's not a wide open man running a route there like we've seen in some of the routes this year. That's a covered man who, if the quarterback makes a good throw, they can have a touchdown.
Yeah.
And Max Holler delivered a beautiful
Love the play
ball.
call. It looked like Brock had at least 8 men in the box right there. So that was a great play call against that Brock defense.
We're going to cut the lead down to 14 if Hull Ganser can make this Nick's Italian PAT. Lined up to kick it. Aston Kirby, the holder. He catches it, puts it down. Hull Ganser approaches, kicks it up, and it is good. The Nick's Italian PAT is good. 5:43 left in the second quarter. It is Brock 28, Pilot Point 14.
Yeah.
The scoreboard said 29.
It's going nuts.
The scoreboard said 29, and I was like, no, I don't think so.
Hi, I'm Chance Kirby, the broker at Irick Real Estate. For 68 years, Irick Real Estate has been serving Pilot Point and the North Central Texas area. At Irick Real Estate, we understand that each client has their own unique needs. That is why we have 8 realtors on staff to meet those needs. Be it buying or selling, residential, commercial, or farm and ranch, we have a realtor ready to work with you. Don't let just anyone handle the single largest investment that your family may ever make. Trust that process to a local office that knows the area and will handle your transaction ethically and responsibly. You can find Irick Real Estate at pilotpoint.com or feel free to call me directly at 940-300-6900. Irick Real Estate, serving the area since 1952.
I'm Brisa Hernandez, and you are listening to Bearcat Football on PilotPointBearcats.com.
Hull Ganser has it teed up for the Southern Junkies kickoff. Go to John for the Chandler Cabinet scoring drive summary.
Yeah, Chandler Cabinet scoring drive summary is 5 plays, 68 yards. Took a minute 37 off the clock, punctuated by big play Jays. Nice catch in the end zone.
About to make a tackle here on the kickoff. Pooch kick fielded by Pal Freeman. And it's taken out to the 35-yard line before the Bearcats can make a tackle. So Brock's going to have the ball for their offense is an eternity. 5:35 left in the second quarter. Pilot Point did make a dent into their deficit that they have here. So Brock's going to have an opportunity to try to make some more separation going into halftime.
Yeah, we need the defense to step up right here for sure. Keep this thing tight, or at least a 2-score game going into half. Would be nice.
I like the tempo they play with. They get it to the line and they snap the ball.
They have some purpose.
Snap the ball here, pitch out. Number 21, left side, has a convoy of blockers, but he's brought down by Jay Cox.
Man, Jay Cox is having a heck of a game.
He shed a few blocks there, made a big tackle. 21 on number 21 on the carry. Cutter Wilson, Cutter with a K.
Yeah, that was another old school Bearcat play right there. A little wing left, looked like McKinney sweep. And they just bring the house all one direction. Good job by Jay Cox sniffing that out.
4 yards on the play, though. But, yeah, Jay Cox had a few blockers he had to shed off before he could make a tough solo tackle, but he was able to bring him down. So 2nd and 6 here for the Eagles. Break the huddle, sprint to the line.
They got a little confusion.
Yep, unbalanced. Bearcat. Snap. They're going to run away from the unbalanced side. 21's going to try to get outside. Tristan Trubenbach dives, is able to slow him down to allow TK to push him out of bounds, but not until they cross into Bearcat territory. Tristan Trubenbach was trying to chase him down the best he can. Dove, slowed him down just enough for TK to get there and finish the play, but not until they get to the Bearcat 48-yard line and another first down.
Another good hard run by the Brock Eagles.
Yeah, Cutter Wilson, that's back-to-back carries for him. Those are the first 2 carries I've seen him get. Most of them have been Pal Freeman and Cash Jones, but here we go. This one's going to go to Pal Freeman, left side up the middle. Makes a jump cut. TK can't bring him down. Jay Cox chases him down, but that's about another 13 yards to the Brock Eagles. Good jump cut there by Pal Freeman.
Really was. Nice little stutter step jump cut. And it looked like he had room to run, and nice effort by Jay Cox again, recovering and making that tackle.
Again, ball at the Bearcat 35-yard line, 4:23 and counting here in the second quarter. This is going to be a pitch out. Looks like it's Cash Jones. Cuts up the middle, and Max Holler's able to bring him down after a gain of about 3 yards there.
Got to be careful here because Brock's going with a bunch of tight bunch formations, and you got to expect a play action or
somebody sneaks out.
Yeah, a little halfback pass or something. You got to be careful because they're lulling us to sleep with this formation.
So here we are. Brock's in the huddle, breaking the huddle, coming to the line of scrimmage. They have a receiver split out left and right. In the shotgun, Jackson's going to take the snap, hand off to number 11. He's going to break a tackle, and he's going to have some room to run. And Tristan Trubenbach's going to try to bring him down, but can't do it. Before number 11, Miles Seamus gets into the end zone. Thor Bradley scoreboard check, 3:33 left in the second quarter. Brock has got the touchdown that the Bearcats just scored back, and they're an extra point away from making a 21-point game here.
I sure didn't have Miles Seamus scoring that touchdown on my bingo card, but man, they've got
some athletes.
They've got a lot of weapons, don't they?
Yeah, they sure do. They're the number 1 team in the state for a reason. These guys are impressive.
Yeah, sure.
They've swung the gate, and they're lined up for this next Italian PAT. Snap, the hold, the kick is up, and it is good. And 3:33 left in the second quarter. Brock 35, Pilot Point 14. Tatum Sadhoff is the kicker for Brock. Man, this kid can boot it, can he?
Really nice leg.
I don't understand why they're not letting him kick it deep on the kickoffs, because, man, watching this PAT, watching him kick a field goal, which is way tougher than kicking off.
Yeah,
he can boot the ball.
The height of his kicks are ridiculous.
Well, I mean, they almost go all the way to the track, too. I mean, there's plenty of space between the end zone and the track, and it almost gets the track as well. And what a tough half here for the Bearcats. They've playing a Brock team that has lots and lots of weapons.
You cannot miss an assignment defensively against these guys, you know. So Chandler scoring drive summary, Ryan, it was 5 plays, 64 yards, 2 minutes, 2 seconds off the clock. Nice of Brock to leave us 3 minutes and 33 left on the clock here.
Well, yeah, now the Bearcats offense, we got the ball to start the game, so you really don't have a situation here where you can double dip and try to score and then get the ball back and start the second half and score again.
Yeah.
So it's that much more important that we get a score before half. So, Brock gets the ball, come out in the second half, make a halftime adjustment, get a stop, try to score again.
Yeah, you want to try to stay connected.
This game's not over. Lots of football to be played, but the path starts getting tighter and tighter the more possessions you will go without scoring touchdowns, and the more possessions you go where you allow them to score touchdowns. So,
kicker looked like he changed the ball from the watermelon formation and teed it back up. So they're going to kick the squib.
Another pooch kick. TK is going to field it, and he's going to have some room to run it. And he does. Gets it out across the 40 spin, still kind of going for his hit at about the 43-yard line. And Pilot Point's going to get the ball at their own 43-yard line with 3:27 left here in the second quarter. So let's see what they can mount on offense here.
Yeah, still hoping for a big big kick return, something special teams wise to get us going. TK ran that with some good conviction, but there was just nowhere to go.
You know, this Brock team, looking at him here in the first half of football, I don't see a whole lot of weaknesses on the field.
Let's throw the fade to Aston right here.
Hand off to Ish Harris at the middle. Ish Harris room to run. Dillingham can't bring him down alone. Needs another man. He can't bring him down. Brings him down all the way at the Brock Eagle 41-yard line. Really good run. That's a 7 and 9. That's a 16-yard carry there by Ish Harris.
Yeah, Ish is running the ball really hard. Just you get a little worried at the end of some of his carries because they're trying to pull that ball out, and he's expended so much energy to get 10, 12 yards. But he's doing a great job of protecting the football, unlike Zeke.
Yeah, 1st and 10 at the Eagle 41-yard line. It's going to be quarterback power up the middle. Max Holler's going to stick his head down and get some yardage. Looks like he's going to gain 4 yards on the first down play.
So, Ron, coming up at halftime, you know, I did an interview with Coach Chad Worrell, head coach of Brock Eagles, former Bearcat, great, that graduated in 1990. So, everybody stay tuned for that interview.
And we're going to go right into that at halftime and play it in hopefully its entirety. 2nd and 6 here for the Bearcats. Max Holler hands off to Ish Harris. Ish Harris is going to get to the 35-yard line before he's tripped up. It's a 2-yard gain on that play, so it's going to be about a 3rd and 4 here for the Bearcats. Looking over for their calls, 2:06 and counting here in the second quarter. So wanting to pay equal attention to the clock as long with moving the ball and trying to get in the end zone before half. And this is going to be a rollout left. Max Holler's going to look to throw, and he has a man in the flat. That's Jay Cox, who's going to get across the 25 and spin down to the 23-yard line before brought down. That's more than enough for another Irish Real Estate first down. Good awareness there by Max Holler to get the ball up and over a defender into Jay Cox's hands.
Yep, it's really the only weakness that we've seen out of Brock, I think, is their secondary, and in particular those out routes seem to be there.
Handoff to Ish Harris at the middle. He makes a man miss.
Come on, Ish, get in there.
15-10, it's a race. Can he get in? He hits the pylon. Ooh. They're going to rule him out at about the 2-yard line. Great run by Ish Harris. He hit the pylon, but it looked like that last plant before he lunged for the end zone stepped out of bounds. So minute 25 left here in the second quarter. Bearcats going to have the ball 1st and goal at the 2, and they're going in a hurry. Max Holler under center. Takes a snap. They're going to do a quarterback drive, get a good push going. And they are going to we got a touchdown ruling down here. That's a Pelzel Printing touchdown by Max Holler. And you know what? I mean, it's 21 points here in the first half. If you tell the Bearcats coaching staff you're going to have 21 points at half, or pending a PAT, you're going to have 20, 21 points at halftime, maybe 22 points at halftime, you know they feel good about it. We got to get some defensive adjustments going into the second half.
Yeah, and Coach Freeze has been great at making those adjustments all year during halftime. So, you know, hope for more of the same tonight for sure. But I did not expect 35 points from Brock, but they've got more weapons than we expected.
Yeah. Holganser puts the Nick's Italian PAT up, and it's good. A minute 19 left here in the first half. Brock 35, Pilot Point 21. We're going to go to a quick break.
In the age of information, the internet is no longer a convenience or luxury. It is an essential element of the human experience. The internet has changed the way we think about and interact with the world. At Speed of Light Broadband, we unite communities to this universe of information through fixed, high-speed wireless broadband connections. Speed of Light Broadband's internet service is faster and more reliable than DSL or satellite connections. Speed of Light Broadband. We bring your home and your community into the digital future.
I'm Troy Tincher, number 2, and you are listening to Bearcat Football on PilotPointBearcats.com.
And we're back here. Bearcats looking to come out here for this Southern Junkie kickoff here. So the ball's set down at the 40. Brock's on the field, ready to return. Back deep to return for the Eagles. Looks to be number 3, Cass Jones. Let's go to John real quick with the Chandler Cabinet scoring drive summary.
Yeah, 6 plays, 57 yards, 2 minutes and 8 seconds off the clock, punctuated by Max's QB sneak up the middle.
Big runs by Ish Harris on that drive.
Oh, great job by
way.
Ish, and nice little catch by Jay on that out route.
That's a little pooch kick. It's going to bounce to the 30. Favorable hop, fielded.
Make a tackle,
and
boys.
got to make a tackle, push him out of bounds. Number 20 for Brock fielded that. That is Luke Dillingham, their safety, who hadn't really been a factor today.
He's dangerous.
We've been throwing the ball, wheel routes, out routes, not really attacking the seams, which is his area. So that's the first time he's really got in and made an impact, but he's going to give him a decent little return there to their own 35-yard line. So we were talking about this off air just a second ago. If Brock lines up and just runs their offense, they got a couple timeouts. It's not out of the question that they score, but if they get out of character and try to throw the ball again, well, who knows? Maybe the Bearcat defense can get a strip sack, force an interception, get something like that going. But they are lined up in the shotgun, looking like they might try to throw the football. And they do. Dropping back to pass. He's going to throw a deep ball. Ish Harris has
got an arm.
Yeah, he's got an arm. Oh, Pal Freeman had Ish Harris beat down the sideline. Ball hits him in the hands and falls to the turf. That's a missed opportunity there for the Brock Eagles. Pal Freeman had got behind Ish Harris and ball just hit him in the hands and fell to the turf. Jackson Gleaton, the quarterback for Brock, doesn't get to throw the ball much, but man, that was a cannon there. Let's go to John with the Travis Irick out-of-town scoreboard.
Yeah, Ryan, Boyd's up 28 to nothing over Bowie with 9 minutes left in the second quarter. Paradise is up 21 to nothing over Ponder at halftime, and Whitesboro is up 28-0 over Peaster at halftime.
Cash Jones is going to get the handoff. Tristan Trubenbach, Max Holler, Ryan Riney, and a host of Bearcats there to bring him down after about 5 yards. But now we're under a minute left. It's 3rd and 5 from their own 40. Coach Worrell is going to just let the clock run, call another play, see what happens before he decides if he wants to use those timeouts or not. Bearcats only have 1 timeout left, so I don't know what I'd like to see him do here if they can get a stop here. Coming under center, there's some confusion from Brock. They are, oh man, they're not happy about that. After letting all that happen, confusion with the play call, they have to use the uppercut granted timeout anyways.
Yeah, you can see Coach Worrell was not happy about that.
Well, I wonder what the game plan for him is. Now that so much time has ran off, I think if you're the Bearcats and you force a stop here, you probably just let the clock run, get into halftime, make some adjustments. Because, kind of like I said earlier, you tell the Bearcat coaching staff 2 things. They have 2 totally different expectations. You allowed 35 points in the first half. They're probably pretty bummed about it. You tell them you scored 21, they're probably thinking this is a closer game than a 14-point game. So get into halftime, make some adjustments, and see what we can do coming out in the second half. See if we can force a few more stops than we had here in the first half.
I certainly expected more of a defensive battle all the way around, but, we saw something special out of Cash Jones on those first couple of carries.
Yeah, that second touchdown in particular was one of those trademark runs that you just look at and you just say, wow. I mean, I was almost speechless up here.
Highlight reel material for sure.
He definitely took a big hit at the line of scrimmage, stiff-armed another man.
And outran everyone.
Yeah, Coach Worrell was hollering at him. Brock went to break the huddle. He made him get back in the huddle. And it didn't look like the referees were ready. Now it looks like the referees are ready, starting the play clock.
Now we're ready.
Break the huddle here, come out for their 3rd and 6. Under center, 2 backs. And it's going to be a play-action pass. Drop back to pass.
Throwback.
Oh, it looks like we're going to get a hold play. Cash Jones beats his man around the edge. He's going to catch it, and he's going to be pushed.
Wow.
Pushed out inside the 15. Even that was exciting.
Yep.
But all for naught. I believe this one's coming back with an advanced vet care penalty. It's probably going to be a hold on the right side of the Brock Eagle offensive line. It's exactly what it is, and it bailed us out because Cash Jones caught the edge on a wheel route, made a beautiful catch. And what looked like it was going to be easy, 2 men had him boxed in it against the sideline. He even made that exciting.
Yeah, we had it covered well, but, man, Cash Jones has just got a gear that we can't keep up with when he decides to use it. I'll tell you what, for a team that doesn't really put the ball in the air that much, the quarterback looks like he's got a really, really nice arm.
Jackson Gleaton, he can sling it, man, and he has. This offense is one of those offenses that, with the weapons they have, they could probably be successful in anything they tried to run.
Yeah, I'd play kind of prevent here. He's got.
I would not press the way we are, but here we go, dropping back to pass. Throwing the ball deep. Ashton Kirby got the man. He's trying to play catch-up, and he's going to allow the catch. But
what's the flag?
He makes the tackle. There is a flag. I don't know what it could be because
can be pass interference on Ashton. Well, the way the season's going for him, it could be, but I don't know how.
he was 3 yards behind the receiver. I don't know either. Oh, we caught the replay just a little too late to catch it. We're going to see what the conversation is. If it's on Aston, it's surely going to be declined.
There, oh, sideline.
Sideline warning on Pilot Point there.
Okay.
Brock's over there trying to run a play when the referees aren't even set. But it's because the clock is running. They've clocked the ball, so they're going to have the ball. 17 seconds left. 2nd and 10 from the Bearcat 28. You talked about wanting to play prevent defense there, get the men back. The cornerbacks were in major press coverage, and the receiver that just ran by Aston Kirby
made us pay for it.
Yeah, it was a little bit.
Hit him in stride there, pretty much.
That's been the only routes they've really tried to throw today. It's just let's throw the ball deep. But now they're in a position, they're only 29 yards, 28 yards from the end zone, and you can run anything. You don't have to run go routes. You can run really anything. But here we go, Jackson Gleaton in the shotgun.
It's going to involve number 3.
Motion left to right. It's going to be going to pass. Some pressure. And they hit number 3, Cash Jones, and he's going to get the ball at the 20-yard line. Able to deliver a hit to Jackson Gleaton on the pass. He gets up. He's looking over for the call. So it's going to be 11 seconds left in the half. Be 3rd and 2 from the 20-yard line. But really,
nice pressure brought by Troy Tincher right there.
He really did hustle after Jackson Gleaton, the quarterback, and was able to deliver a hit.
Pressured him.
We'll see what Brock wants to do. I would like to, 20, so there's 37-yard field goal here, 11 seconds left. Kind of got to throw this one to the end zone or quick and get out of bounds, or anxious to see what they want to do. Oh, they have big number 88 one-on-one against Aston Kirby. That'd be the matchup that I'm imagining.
I think they're going to throw it up on him.
Yep.
It's going to be a test for Aston right here.
Well, that's exactly what's happening. Throwing it deep, Aston Kirby in good coverage, trying to push him out, and he defends the pass, knocks it down. It only took 4 seconds off the clock. All that only took 4 seconds off. But
wow.
Yeah, great coverage by Aston. Had plenty of time to get in position, but at the same time, their big 6'4" receiver had plenty of time to get in position for the jump ball. But Aston was able to bat it down.
Yeah,
4th down here.
If I was a Brock quarterback coach, I would tell him to throw that a little earlier and with not so much air underneath it and give the big boy a chance to go high point it. But Aston was in great position there to knock that ball down.
So 4th and 2. Brock's going to line up in their traditional full house formation. Snap it. Pitch it. Palfreyman. Palfreyman's going to be tackled, and that's going to be enough for a first down. But I don't think they're going to have enough time to clock it and get a field goal unit out. Let's see what they try to do.
Interesting.
They are, I guess they have a timeout. Yep, they have their last timeout, Uppercut Granite timeout of the half. And I'm imagining they're going to send the field goal unit out for a field goal going into half.
Looks like that's what they're doing.
I was unaware they had that last timeout. I thought that was going to be the end of it there. Well, we're going to see the range of the field goal kick. We've kind of speculated with how high the ball gets up in the air and how far the extra points go that he has a good leg. But the ball's placed at the 16, so we're looking at about 33 yards. So that should be, if it was Hole Ganser on the other side, well, that'd be well within his range. So we'll see what Tatum Sathoff has, if he indeed is the same. He's going to kick it like he kicks the extra points.
Yeah, it sure looks like he's got the leg the way he kicks the extra points.
But sometimes the distance can change your approach. You try to kick it a little flat. Maybe you don't get enough on it. But he is on the field. Tatum is on the field.
You never can rule out a fake.
Not with Cash Jones as your holder.
Yeah, and Chad Worrell as your coach, so you got to respect the fake.
Yep, so this is going to be at the 23, which makes it a 33-yard field goal. 3 seconds left here in the half. Snap, hold, they called a timeout. And the kick was no good, but the Bearcats called an Uppercut Granite timeout before the snap. I think they did that to see if a fake was called. What do you think?
Maybe. I mean, can't take timeouts with you, so.
They tried to do as close to the snap as they could,
yeah.
So hopefully they could see a snap and a fake attempt if it was a fake.
Show it.
But ultimately, it's one of those, ones that you hate to see. You get the timeout, kicker kicks it anyways and misses it.
Yeah.
So now you're going to be kicking yourself if he takes a second attempt and drills it through the uprights.
Yeah, he gave him a practice kick.
He was wide right on the first kick. The ball's right in the middle of the field, so in between the hashes. But after, Coach Worrell seeing him miss the kick, I wonder if now they're going to try to fake something. He just missed it. The distance wasn't the problem. It was just wide right. Special team coach just yelled something out there. So
Cass Jones is the holder.
Well, they still kick it. Kick is up, and this one looks like it's true.
Yeah.
And at the end of the first half, it's Brock Eagles 38, Pilot Point 21. Don't forget, don't go anywhere. We're going to play that interview with Coach Worrell, and we'll see you for the second half.
Puzzle Barbershop and Salon and Southern Junkies has been home of the Bearcats since 1973. Whether you are looking for a classic crew cut or the perfect game day outfit, we have you covered. We carry a few fan favorite brands including Hey Dude Shoes, Judy Blue Jeans, Z Supply Clothing, and Orleans Candle Company. Come check us out on the north side of the square in downtown Pilot Point or online at www.southernjunkies.com, and that is junkies with a Z. And don't forget, go Bearcats!
Hey Bearcat fans, it's varsity cheerleader Abby Walker, and you're listening to Bearcat Football on PilotPointBearcats.com. Go Bearcats!
2020 has been a roller coaster of a year, but there's one thing I know that brings Pilot Point together better than anything, and that's Bearcat football and high school sports. Hi, I'm Realtor Travis Eyrick with Eyrick Real Estate. My family has lived in Pilot Point for over 100 years, so we know the area and love the community. If you have any real estate needs, please contact me or find me on Facebook. I look forward to working with you. Go Bearcats!
I'm Lisa Castorina, a student trainer for the Bearcats, and you're listening to Bearcat Football on PilotPointBearcats.com.
Howdy, Bearcat fans. It's John Little, your self-proclaimed favorite color analyst, reporting for PilotPointBearcats.com. And for this week's Bearcat Legends segment, brought to you by Chance Kirby and Eyrick Real Estate, we have the unique privilege to speak with former Pilot Point Bearcat legend and current head coach of this week's opponent, the Brock Eagles. And that's Coach Chad Worrell. Coach, thank you so much for taking the time out of your busy week of preparation in order to speak with me, sir.
Hey, well, thanks for having me. It's an honor to be on your show, and man, I appreciate the invite.
Yeah, thank you. So, Coach, tell our audience what your experience was like, growing up in and around Pilot Point Bearcat football.
Oh, I was, I went to high school school from kindergarten, grew up there my whole life, and was fortunate enough to grow up in there in some of the heydays and glory days of Pilot Point football. And at a young age, I was, I had older brothers that went to the program, and I had a brother that graduated in 85, and, so I was a water boy on the 80, 81 teams that were back-to-back, state co-champs, state champs, and there through the early days when Danny was playing. And so I grew up being around it and idolizing those guys that were players. And whenever I finished my playing career, I graduated in 90. I scouted for Coach Jones and his staff for 2 years, and spent some time on the road, just trying to dig my teeth into the coaching deal, and scouted for Pilot Point. Me and Lonnie Scott made several road trips together scouting, and was able to help out, in any way we could back then. And Pilot Point's always been true to my heart. So.
Yeah, you mentioned Coach Lonnie Scott.
Yeah.
Yeah, he was my basketball coach. He just retired from Gunner. this past year.
Yeah, that should make him feel old. The year after I graduated high school, he was coaching and we were scouting together. So we went and scouted a game one night at Callisburg, and it was the night that Pilot Point played at Bells. It was I think it was like around 92, and I'll never forget, we went and scouted Callisburg, and the game we were scouting, I don't even remember who Callisburg was playing, but it ended up being a kind of a blowout at halftime or start third quarter. So we left and we were driving back to Pilot Point, and Coach Scott said, "Hey, let's head over there to Bells and see if we can't catch that fourth quarter." And I was like, "Man, that's going to be a blowout, you know." And Bells, I think Bells ended up beating Pilot Point that night, as a matter of fact. And he's never let me live that down. So.
Well, if it was 92, we beat them. We beat Bells. That was my junior year with Brett Renfro and Russell Jones.
I got you, yeah.
If it was 92, they were seniors, and man, I remember we had a battle. We beat them. We beat Bells, but it was like the first or second round of the playoffs, and we were supposed to beat them. But they gave us a tougher game than what we expected. I remember that.
Yeah, no doubt. They had some good teams back then too.
Yeah, they did. So you mentioned Coach Scott and playing for Coach Jones. Who were your main coaching influences at Pilot Point, and what did you take away from that you use in your coaching today?
And growing up, under Coach Moore and Coach Ford, they were a big influence on me as a young player, and just being around them and seeing how they handled kids. And then when Coach Jones came in, while I was in high school, he and Coach Gray, obviously Coach Gray has played offensive line, and sure. Man, I just respect the heck out of that guy and have forever. And I mean, he's at the, Coach Lenny Gray is at the top of the totem pole for me, in terms of coaches who had an influence on me, and Coach Jones as well. And Coach Jones and Coach Moore, they both had different styles of coaching, but they both were very successful in their styles. And I think I took a little bit from each one of them. And Coach Gray and Coach, Butch Ford, and then coaching for Coach Ford in Salina for 5 years, was able to grasp more from him. And so I just kind of feel like all those guys and all those guys are Pilot Point guys, and Rick Jones, and Rick Jones mentored me at Salina, and man, he was a great coach in high school and coached my son, and so I've just kind of gathered a little bit from and taken a little bit from each and every one of them.
Yeah, absolutely. And then even some of these current head coaches that came from that coaching tree of Coach Moore and Coach Jones. So for me, my Mount Rushmore of current Texas high school head football coaches that have Pilot Point roots, and no particular order, are Chad Cole at Frisco Reedy, Danny Joe, obviously at Pilot Point, yourself at Brock, and Coach Bill Elliott over at Salina. Am I missing anybody there that you can think of?
There's a lot of good coaches from Pilot Point that either graduated from Pilot Point or have Pilot Point ties. As head coaches, just off the top of my head, I can't think of anyone. Of course, Robbie Jones, the OC of Toledo, and been there, and could have been a head coach by now for sure, if he had chosen to, but he's chosen to stay there and be a part of that program. But man, Pilot Point's been blessed to have some guys come through there that have had some success, coaching high school football.
Yeah, absolutely. I was going to say, Robbie and Rocky are kind of overlooking that Mount Rushmore, just flashing all their state championship rings at everybody.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah, that's right. I mean, I tell you what, they've had a heck of a run there, and man, I'm so proud for him. I remember when Robbie, he and I graduated together, and I remember whenever he went to Toledo, and they were close a couple times, and when they finally got over that hump and started winning, it seemed like they've just come left and right. So, there's a lot of good ex-Bearcat players out there coaching, and some of them are young. And obviously, you mentioned Chad Cole, and Chad's a dear friend, and have known Chad for a long time, and just I'm just happy to be included in that list. So.
Yeah, that's my quarterback, Chad Cole. So fast forward to this year, Coach. Your Brock Eagles have been ranked number one for the majority of the season, if not the entire season, in 3A Division I. As a coach, do you prefer to be ranked number one with that target on your back every week, or would you rather it, play out differently?
John, I don't know, over the years, and I've been fortunate enough to be, at some good programs as an assistant coach and as a head coach. And, the old saying amongst coaches is it's better to be ranked one than it is 101. And, there's a lot of truth to that. I mean,
yeah, I guess so.
I think the important thing is that the coaches and the community and the kids keep it in perspective that rankings are just that. They're just there for entertainment. And, there's only the only one that matters obviously is the last ranking of the year, where you're ranked on Christmas Day. And, and that's what we try to do here is keep our kids grounded and take it as a sign of respect, but also, take it as that we have a target on our back and kind of keep the kids level-headed that way.
Yeah, it only matters if you win that last game of the year. That's the one that matters, right?
Yeah, in college football, that's the only one where rankings really matter. In high school football, NFL, it's once you get into the the tournament, and you get into the playoffs. I mean, it's a game, and you got to earn your way to that game.
Yeah, absolutely.
Try to get the rankings. We just try to play one game at a week and prepare for each opponent.
Yeah. So, Coach, obviously, Cash Jones is a huge part of your success there. I'm sure you're asked about him a lot, but I'm a former Bearcat tight end, so I want to ask you about your kids at that position. And I mean, I wasn't any Bill Elliott myself, but I'm still ranked right above my immediate predecessor. That was Russell Jones on the all-time list, at least, in the voting polls in Wisconsin and Arizona, for what that's worth.
There you go.
But man, you always seem to have just some hosses at tight end over there at Brock. You had Baylor Cup, and now I guess it's Nathan Jones. How do you keep getting these beasts at tight end?
Man, we've had several of them. When we won state in 2015, we had Titus Gossett there, and a lot of people don't remember him, but he played at Angelo State, and just in our offense, we want a dominant tight end. We want a dominant tight end in the blocking game for sure, but also the passing game, and so we put a lot of emphasis on developing our tight ends whenever they're young and trying to trying to develop them into the kind of blockers and pass catchers, route runners that we need to be successful. And Nathan Jones is this year, he started last year as a sophomore for us, and man, he really came on late in that season. He was a completely different player, which a lot of times sophomores are, from the start of that varsity season to the end of it. And he really became dominant during the season, and he's gotten better and better each game this year.
Yeah, I imagine he's a good basketball player too, huh?
He is. He plays post, and he's got great hands, and he's got great feet, and he's got a big, obviously a big frame on him and stuff, and he's getting a lot of interest from colleges, some to play tight end, some to play, at the Power 5 level to move inside and play, offensive tackle or whatever. But
sure.
He's just, he comes from a good family. His dad played at University of Texas and played for the Broncos for a while, and so he's got that DNA from his family, and he just comes from a good family. It's hardworking and humble, and Nathan does a good job for us, and I couldn't be more proud of the season he's had so far.
Yeah, that's awesome. So, Coach, without getting into too much in the specifics, what do you think the fans can expect this Friday night in Brock in the matchup against Pilot Point?
Well, I mean, I think our kids show up and play hard, and I feel like that we go into every game that we got a chance because the kids play hard and they play smart football for the most part, and Coach Danny Joe does such a good job there at Pilot Point with the kids. I mean, when I watched them on film, I mean, they play hard, and that's one thing that and this is no knock on anybody else that's coached at Pilot Point over the years, but I've coached against Danny now since he's been there, and one thing that's certain is those kids are prepared to play, and they play their tails off, and so I think fans are going to show up and see two teams that play extremely hard, that are extremely smart football players, and it's going to be a good football game.
And I guess somewhat similar to the two matchups last year, right?
Yeah. You take away from both of those what you will, but I mean, both of them were battles that came down there to the fourth quarter, and both teams I know from each loss probably took away what they thought was the difference in those games, but yeah, they were both battles, and even the year before, I mean, it was a hard fought game and until there at the end, and like I said, Danny's put together a really good coaching staff there in Pilot Point, with Robbie Perez coaching the offensive line and the other guys that are coaching for him, I know, and they do a good job, and those kids are prepared and they play hard.
Yeah, Coach Freeze has got the defense playing pretty good too.
No doubt.
Yeah. So, Coach, I've heard you got real nice facilities over there. I've never been there. This will be my first time on Friday, and I may have been prodded to ask you this by chance, but we have a spot for us over there to do the broadcast in the box?
I emailed Travis, I guess, and told him that our press box is a little bitty, and yeah, we probably don't have room for you there. We can put you on top of the press box. We'll accommodate you any way we can, but there's not really room. Yeah, it's going to be a nice night. It's going to be, it's going to be a beautiful night Friday. The high is supposed to be 74, and game time temperature should be upper 50s with like a light wind, and so I think it's going to be a great night for football.
Okay, as long as you treat us better than Paradise, I'm not going to get into specifics, but
I've been to Paradise a few times myself. So
okay, so I think this is the last one, Coach, but it's probably the most important question that you'll get or that you received today. But I'm a seafood guy, not really in the sense of I love fish. I see food and I eat it. So for the Pilot Point folks headed over that way on Friday night, what are your recommendations for best restaurants over that way?
Man, you need to stop in Weatherford or Lido because, Brock, we don't have many. We've got a Subway and we've got a Comfort Kitchen that's really, really good, but it's kind of a takeout place. But there in Weatherford, man, it's just whatever you're coming through Fort Worth, you come through Weatherford that way, and you got Railhead Barbecue in Willow Park, and you've got there in Weatherford, you've got a couple different places, Flame Seafood, and so there's several places there to eat. So take your pick.
Okay. All right, Coach. Well, good luck this Friday, and we're all looking forward to a great game. And good luck to you guys the rest of the way. And I guess if the Bearcats and Eagles line up against each other twice again this year, it might be bittersweet. But in the end of the day, it means that both teams made it pretty far in the playoffs, right?
I tell you, I mean, I know people. I pull for Coach David and the Bearcats any week, honestly, except for the week that we play them. And I still want them to come out healthy, and I still want them to make a good run. And I'm proud of what Coach David's done there and the type of team he's putting on the field. And we take it 1 week at a time here. We're focused on Pilot Point, and we're not looking towards anything else. But if we ended up playing twice in playoff or playing twice this year again, it would be fun. It's a great week, being familiar with each other, and there's a lot of mutual respect from the Brock fan base and the Brock players to the Pilot Point program, and they understand the history and they understand the tradition, and so it's kind of a cool deal for me being an ex-Bearcat. That Brock understands the tradition. They understand how important football is in Pilot Point, and it's a fun week for sure.
Yeah, awesome. So once again, thank you, Coach Chad Worrell, for being this week's Bearcat Legend, brought to you by Chance Kirby and Irick Real Estate.
If you needed brain surgery, would you hire a part-time brain surgeon? No, you would not. The same philosophy holds true when hiring a realtor. Trent Trubenbach with Scribner Real Estate is a full-time realtor. Trent will treat your real estate transaction as it should be. The most important financial decision your family has ever made. Don't settle for a part-time realtor to do a full-time job. Call Trent Trubenbach with Scribner Real Estate today and hire a full-time real estate professional. That's Trent Trubenbach with Scribner Real Estate at 469-583-5072. Trent Trubenbach, the full-time realtor.
I'm Pilot Point Cross Country, Edwin Rodriguez, and you're listening to Bearcats Football on pilotpointbearcats.com.
Tritex Grass is DFW's first choice for landscapers, golf courses, sports venues, as well as residential and commercial clients by providing and installing high-quality turf grasses. Tritex stays on the cutting edge of technology and production in order to provide you with the best new grass varieties to suit the North Texas climate. With farms located throughout the state, Tritex offers multiple types of turf and grass to fit any need. Tritex Grass is the official grass provider for the Texas High School Baseball Coaches Association. Call Tritex now at 888-221-0422 and determine the right turf grass for you.
Hi, I'm Allie Ortowski, a varsity cheerleader at Pilot Point High School, and you're listening to the Bearcat Football on pilotpointbearcats.com.
And here we are back for the Hometown Pharmacy halftime show. Halftime score, Brock Eagles 38, Pilot Point 21. Brock's going to get the ball, come out and start the second half. But, you know, got the numbers in, the stats in for the Bearcats offense in the first half, and I have to say, this is one of the better stat sheets I've seen from the Bearcats offense in the first half in a long time. I mean, even last week we played a great football game, but the turnovers helped. The offensive stat line wasn't overly, I didn't feel like it was overly impressive. But here we got Max Holler, 8 for 14 in the air for 104 yards and 2 touchdowns. On the ground, he has another 42 yards and 11 carries with a touchdown. Ish Harris, 15 carries for 106 yards.
Wow.
Yeah, I mean, Jay Cox has...
over 100.
Yeah, Jay Cox has, I saw it here, 3 carries for 25 yards, all on that same little style of swing play. Receiving, Jay Cox has most all the catches. He has 7 catches for 96 yards and 2 touchdowns. And Caden Carter also has 1 catch for 8 yards. Tried to target Avery Smith a time or two, just didn't quite work out. But some of the team stats as well make this just a super impressive first half of the Bearcat offense. 14 first downs, zero penalties for 0 yards, 0 turnovers. They did have the 1 fumble that we jumped back on.
Right.
148 yards on the ground, 104 yards passing. That's 252 yards of total offense. Time of possession of 14 minutes. So, 24-minute first half. If I read you those numbers, told you we scored 21 points, you're feeling
basically
great.
Playing anybody else, you go into halftime with a huge lead, you would think.
I mean, this has been, this kind of takes me back to the Gunner game. I think Brock's definitely better than Gunner Tiger team we played earlier in the year. But it's kind of the same way. You felt you were losing at halftime. You knew you were playing a tough team, but you didn't feel like you were playing bad. You just felt like you were playing a tough team. That's what I'm getting right now, offensively especially. Defensively is tough, lots of weapons, lots of confusion the Brock Eagles provide, but on offense we're playing well.
Really are. Yeah, I think the difference between last week, we got 2 safeties. First time we've done that. Who knows how long as a program history, and then had a pick 6. Avery had another pick. I mean, the defense really was outstanding last week, and we'll see if we can make those adjustments here at halftime and make some stands here in the second half, make this thing closer than 38-21.
Yeah, so we're going to promote this a few times through the second half, but I'm going to go ahead and make the announcement now. Win or lose, the Bearcats will play their first playoff game next week at Tarleton State in Stephenville. So the date and time is not determined yet. I was told it would either be on a Thursday night or Friday night. The opponent, it's either Clyde or Early. Clyde Bulldogs, Early Longhorns, I believe those are the mascots. Yep. It just depends on where this game finishes, where some of those games finish. But no matter who the opponent is, it'll be at Tarleton State next week. So letting everybody know that, and I'm sure we're going to mention that at least 2 more times throughout the broadcast, make sure everybody knows. Maybe in the fourth quarter when a few different things maybe become clear, we can get maybe an opponent. I don't know if we're going to get the date, if it's actually Thursday or Friday night yet.
That's the house that my quarterback Chad Cole built. He's a Tarleton State Hall of Famer. And then I guess
maybe we'll get some preferential treatment there.
Yeah.
I'm sure we won't. Not that this is a bad setup, but I'm sure we won't be on a roof next week. We'll probably be in a nice conditioned box somewhere, or at least I'm expecting that. I'm going home if we're on the roof. But all right, guys, so that's it for the Hometown Pharmacy halftime show. We got about 3.5 minutes left until the second half begins, and after that, we'll be back with more Bearcat football.
For 25 years, Gary and Tammy Rock, owners of Twin Cities South Trailer Sales, have been providing the equestrian community with high-quality products and services. As the nation's largest volume dealer for Sundowner and Featherlight trailers, Twin Cities South Trailer Sales supports the horse show world by providing award trailers to the APHC and NRHA. So if you're looking for a trailer, whether it's hauling your champion to the next horse show, hauling cattle to the sale, your prize vintage car to the car show, or just about anything you need to move, then give us a call or stop in our store located in Pilot Point, Texas.
I'm number 23, Ryan Stewart, and you are listening to Bearcat Football on PilotPointBearcats.com.
In 2014, Uppercut Granite was founded with the mission to provide the highest quality fabrication and installation services to home builders, homeowners, and commercial contractors in the DFW and southern Oklahoma areas. With more than 50 years of combined experience in the countertop fabrication industry, the partners of Uppercut Granite possess the skills and expertise necessary to complete even the most difficult projects. Visit Uppercut Granite showroom at 1235 JC Lane in Pilot Point, Texas, or call 940-765-3525 to schedule an appointment. Go Bearcats!
I'm Sandra Jones, a student trainer for the Bearcats, and you're listening to Bearcat Football on PilotPointBearcats.com.
This is Shannon Stafford with Whitney Delcourt of IRIC Real Estate. Whitney Delcourt is my real estate professional for all my commercial land and real estate needs. Whitney always demonstrates the highest ethical, moral, and professional integrity. Whitney's impressive market knowledge, her hard-working customer-focused style, and Whitney's professional service makes Whitney Delcourt the best choice to be your real estate professional.
This is Whitney Delcourt with IRIC Real Estate, and I approve this message. And you can find me at pilotpoint.com.
Justice Creek Art Studio, located on the north side of the Pilot Point Square, is the newest way to let your creativity flow. The owner, Sheila, a teacher of 15 years, can help you and your family's imagination roam free. Justice Creek Art Studio offers both adult and kids classes, in-studio pottery painting, private events, and even art-to-go kits for when you're on the go. Coming from an amateur artist, Sheila made the experience fun and easy. Classes book quick, so run on over to www.justicecreekartstudio.net to find the class for you, or swing on into the studio and meet our favorite artist yourself.
Soy Mario, mi nombre es Mario Lapisco y estás escuchando Bearcat Football, PilotPointBearcats.com.
Hi, I'm Laura Bradley with IRIC Real Estate here in Pilot Point. Growing up and living in this area my whole life allows me to have the expertise that is needed to better serve clients in this area. As a top producing agent with over 15 years of real estate experience, I believe in being a dedicated, hard-working realtor who strives to put clients first. It's about building relationships, not closing transactions. Feel free to call or text for all your real estate needs at 940-390-3911, or you can visit my website at southernlifeliving.com. When experience counts, call Laura, your local IRIC real estate agent.
I'm Randy Garrett, a varsity cheerleader, and you are listening to Bearcat Football on PilotPointBearcats.com.
Enjoy that old-time country feel at the Martin General Store, located in downtown Pilot Point on the historic Pilot Point Square. The best way to describe the general store is it has a little bit of everything, from Circle E candles to specialty jams, dressings, sauces, home decor, kitchen decor, goat's milk soap, jewelry, a large assortment of old-time candy, nostalgic toys and books, pet toys and treats, greeting cards and gift wrap. She also serves cold drinks, and last but not least, Beth Marie's ice cream. That's Martin General Store, a little bit of everything.
Yo soy Miguel Prado, un estudiante entrenador para los Bearcats, y usted está escuchando el Football Bearcats on PilotPointBearcats.com.
Hey Bearcat fans, this is Coach Marsh. I know that whenever practice is over and I get home late, the first place I think of is Nick's Italian. You can go to Nick's Italian or you can call it at 940-686-2520. You get great quality food at a great price, not to mention the friendly service that you receive from Nick and his staff. Next time you're hungry and you don't feel like dragging out all those pots and pans and trying to cook for a family of 6, call Nick's Italian and they'll take care of you. Nick's has been family owned and operated since 2003. You can find the restaurant at 1340 South Highway 377 in Pilot Point, Texas. Support a veteran-owned business in Nick's Italian. Go Bearcats.
I'm number 12, Max Holler, and you are listening to Bearcat Football on PilotPointBearcats.com.
And we're back here for the second half of Bearcat Football on PilotPointBearcats.com, brought to you by Speedlight Broadband. We've got the teams just took the field. The bands took their time today. This is 2 weeks in a row that the bands have just not really cared what the clock said and just said, we're going to do our show.
They're still taking the equipment down here on this near sideline.
Yeah, well, good for them. The bands, the bands get out there in the heat of the summer just like the football teams do. They go through their 2-a-days. They do all their work, so they deserve their time out here as well.
Yeah, Brock Band had a good guitar player. He's doing his thing out here.
Yeah, he reminded me of SpongeBob at the Super Bowl. The way he was standing all by himself there on the platform playing the guitar.
Exactly.
Yeah, halftime entertainment here in a small town, Texas. So the Bearcats have taken the field. The Eagles have taken the field. We've gotten the bands off the field. And the Bearcats are going to have to kick the ball off here to start the second half, and they've got a lot of work to do. It's still a game. It's not over. It's still a game, but they've got a lot of work to do if they want to make this one close. You want to do some shout-outs to the live feed?
Yeah, let's shout out to the folks out there on the chat. Chase Watkins, Caleb Marsh, Adam Hill, Perla Sanchez, Matthew Pelzel.
Oh, Matthew. I've known Matthew since he was 4 or 5 years old.
Looks like Javin Bruce is out there wishing he was playing in the game.
We could use him today.
Jabari Anderson, same. So appreciate you guys tuning in with us.
I don't know if Jabari knows this. I've known him since he was real young, too. I graduated with a sister. He had the same babysitter as my brother for a few years, so I've known him quite a long time as well. Will Ganser kicks off the opening kick, and this is going to be deep. Kick. It's going to bounce at the 11 before it's going to be picked up and returned. And the Bearcats had a chance to pin him deep, but they can't make a tackle, and none other than looks to be Cash Jones brings that across the 30. Finally brought down at about the 31-yard line of the Eagles, and they're going to have their first drive of the second half here.
See if the Bearcats, what kind of adjustments Coach Freeze made at half.
Let's see what's going to be different here in the second half. So something's got to be different if the Bearcats want to get into it. And generally, you see this all the time, especially in the college football scene. You see this a good amount in high school football too. You have games that are low scoring in first halves, and you get absolute explosions in the second half. So you see games the exact opposite sometimes. Explosions in the first half, low scoring in the second half. Let's see what's different here in the second half of this game. And it's going to start off with a false start or a pre-snap motion of some sort by the Eagles for an advanced vet care penalty. That's something that's been refreshing from this Bearcat team, that if we want to make noise in the playoffs, we have to continue that trend. Very few penalties on the Bearcats the last few weeks.
Yeah, they're doing a much better job of shoring that up. And the only thing we're missing, Ryan, I guess, is that remember the Castleberry coach at halftime asking if we were not entertained by all those points, and then in the second half it became a defensive battle.
Yeah. Well, this is going to be a sweep to Cash Jones. We're trying to bottle him up, and he's going to reverse field. And, man, he's just dangerous even when he's surrounded. But the Bearcats are going to gang tackle him for a 2-yard loss. Can you believe it?
Wow.
We tracked him down in open space, bottled him up, and brought him down for a 2-yard loss. That's the first thing that's different that's jumped out to me here in the second half.
Exactly, and it was like the entire team had that bottled up. It was great defense by the Bearcats right there.
Yeah, they ran that out of the shotgun, tried to stretch it out, and the Bearcats just stretched along with them and didn't allow them to get outside. They're going to be in the shotgun here, so this is a couple plays out of the shotgun here to start. Motion, it's going to be a rollout left, a bootleg pass.
Going to big tight end.
And they have 88 open down the seam. Nobody's there. 21, 12, trying to track him down. Ish Harris and Max Holler. Max Holler eventually jumps on his back and rides him down at the Bearcat 41-yard line. Some confusion there, kind of, when you face these run-heavy teams, you can't lose your focus on who you're supposed to be covering in the pass game, and that's the wrong man to be leaving wide open running down the seam.
Yeah, big Nathan Jones. They tried to throw the fader out to him, and that was about it in that first half, but they got him involved in the game plan early here in the second half. He's a large human.
Well, big play there from the Brock Eagles. Gets him a first down. Looks like Cash Jones is going to be in the Wildcat here. Motion left to right. Jones is going to take the snap, hand off to Pal Freeman. He's going to try to get the outside, and he does. Cross the 30, and we're going to push him out inside the 25. Max Holler tracks him down and pushes him out, but not until more than enough for a first down. 1st and 10 at the Bearcat 24 for the Brock Eagles, and they're going to open this half with a touchdown with the way they're moving the football.
Yeah, they're coming out with the same intent and purpose that they've had through the first half.
So once again, Cash Jones in the shotgun. No motion here. Snap the ball, and they're just going to let him run the ball between the tackles. And Max Holler's going to hit him and try to sling him down. Finally does at about the 17-yard line. Max is a physical quarterback, man. So on the offensive side, he runs with a little bit of finesse and speed, playing safety for the Bearcats defense. He'll come up and he'll hit you.
Yeah. Two of the best players on the field right there, meeting head-to-head. Cash running that quarterback power, and Max meeting him 5 yards into the run.
Yeah, well, this is going to be the more normal Brock offense here, full house formation. And it's going to be a pitch to number 8, Pal Freeman. He's going to spin out of a tackle, but caught by another couple of Bearcats. And this is going to be a third and 3 for the Eagles. So it'll be a big opportunity to make a stop here if you're the Bearcats. They march down the field. They're deep in your own territory, inside the point bank red zone. But it is 3rd and 3 here. See if you can cause some penetration and cause some confusion in the backfield, and maybe with some confusion, you can get the ball put on the ground. You can make a tackle for loss, force a field goal, or something.
You need something here.
To the line, I right formation. Hard count, and they're going to get the Bearcats to jump and quarterback sneak right up the middle. And that's going to be, if that is in fact the neutral zone infraction on the Bearcats, it's going to be a first down for the Bearcats, or for the Eagles.
It looked like it was neutral zone infraction on the Bearcats.
Well, that's something the Bearcat defensive line needs to fix, because I'm sure that's something Coach Worrell saw on the film, getting us on the hard count a few times in that first
last couple of games. It's come to bite us.
It gives them an automatic first down without actually having to run the play, and that hurts. 1st and 10 from the 13-yard line for Brock. That's a pitch out. Cash Jones was going to try to get it outside and eventually had to cut it in before he was brought down by Avery Smith.
A little bit of chippiness after the play.
Yeah.
Cash is not happy about something there. It just looked like a good, clean tackle, but not sure what he was upset about.
A little bit of late rolling around there on the pile. The ball's sitting down.
Yeah, he kind of just threw the ball behind him, and officials didn't know where the ball was.
2nd and 6 for the Eagles here at the 9-yard line of the Bearcats. Bearcat defense trying to get their calls. Center's out, receiver wide on each side, full house formation. Pitch to Cash Jones. He's going to try to get out of a tackle. He can't quite get away from the Bearcats there, so it's going to be another third down here at the 7-yard line. About the 2-yard line's the line to gain for a first down, so it's going to be 2, 4, 5. 3rd and 5 here for the Eagles. So the Bearcats making it a little tougher here.
Yeah, we think we've tackled Cash Jones more times on this drive than we did the entire first half.
I-right formation. They get the Bearcats to jump again. And that half the distance is not going to be enough for a first down, and neither was the play. So what's going to happen here is it's going to be 3rd and 2 here. I don't see a flag. No. Oh. So maybe the Bearcat defender just went straight up in the air and didn't come out, and so he didn't cross the line of scrimmage. Coach Marsh mentioned that on the podcast about last week. He didn't feel the second one.
Yeah, the second one. We debated that too at the time.
Here we go. So 4th down and a half yard here for the Brock Eagles. I'd look for a hard count.
Big play.
And wouldn't you know it if they didn't? If they got us on the hard count, and then they still went for the first down. Yeah, you have to situational awareness.
Got to be more disciplined than that.
Yeah, that's something Chance said a few times on the podcast about last week. Situational awareness. You got to know that they just got you twice on the hard count. You know that it's coming in that situation, but they got us on it anyways. Referee's convening. I don't know exactly what. Either way, it should be a first down for the Eagles.
Number one rule, you got to keep your eye on the ball.
So they're going to elect to accept that penalty, so that is the second penalty on the Bearcats, but it's 1st and goal from the 2-yard line inside the Point Bank red zone. This would be the longest drive that Brock has had so far in the game. It's going to be a pitch out left, and I don't think they're going to. Oh, they tackle him and bring him down, but he's able to stretch out for a touchdown. That's a great effort by Jay Cox. I didn't think they were going to have a chance to make a tackle. Jay Cox did make the tackle, but not before number 21, Cutter Wilson, could stretch across the goal line for a Brock Eagle touchdown.
Yeah, they just ran that power sweep to the far side with Cutter Wilson, and like I said, we thought we kept him out, but we just stretched the football over the goal line.
So I think 4 minutes and 50 seconds is probably the longest drive Brock's had in the game so far. But we'll get that in the scoring drive somewhere, I'm sure.
Made him work for it.
Going for the next Italian PAT. Snap, hold, the kick is up. And is a mile into the air, and it is good. 7:10 remaining in the third quarter. Brock 45, Pilot Point 21. We're going to go to a break.
The Curtis and Holly Peacock family are proud supporters of Pilot Point ISD. The perseverance that our students have shown in these unprecedented times is a true reflection of what it means to be a Pilot Point Bearcat. The Peacocks want to wish all students in Pilot Point ISD a great 2021 school year and encourage them to continue to be an example to others. The Peacock family is always behind the Pilot Point Bearcats and Lady Cats. And remember, it is a great day to be a Pilot Point Bearcat.
I'm senior varsity cheerleader Aspen McCord, and you're listening to Bearcat Football on PilotPointBearcats.com.
And we're back here for the Southern Junkies kickoff. So let's go before we do the Southern Junkies kickoff. We do the Chandler Cabinet scoring drive summary.
Yeah, Ryan, it was 10 plays, 74 yards, 4 minutes and 50 seconds off the clock. I mean, it looked like both teams made some adjustments there, but still no answer to the Brock offense right now.
I wonder why Brock, I guess this is something that you set up all year and you kind of just show it, and then maybe lull somebody to sleep and one day actually kick this.
The watermelon. He always re-tees the ball. He did the same thing last year.
But they don't do what Bowie does where they all bum rush the ball
they fake
and then reset it. It's just the kicker who goes at it. Everybody's generally going back to their position by the time he approaches it. The first time he's actually kicked the ball in the air, and it's going to be fielded by Aston Kirby with a chance to return. Trying to pick up some blocks. He's going to get to the numbers. Can't quite get all the way out to the outside hash. He's going to get to the 31-yard line before he's tackled. And the Bearcats are going to take their first drive of the second half, 1st and 10 from their own 31-yard line. All the usual suspects coming out: Max Holler, Ish Harris, Aston Kirby, Avery Smith, Jay Cox, Caleb Holloway, Jacob Scott, Colin Haynes, Dak Morgan, Aaron Strittmatter.
Offensive line looking at their wristbands, getting the play call.
Max Holler in the shotgun, takes a snap, hands it to Ish Harris. No, he's going to keep it along the left side. Gets up to about the 33, 32-yard line is where he's going to be marked. It's only about 1 yard on the carry.
And Carson Carter, number 25, and Brett drill it, number 28 on a tackle, and it seems like those guys are coming off almost every tackle.
Pistol formation. Max Holler's going to hand off to Ish Harris on the right side. Has a little bit of room. Going to get up across the 35 to the 30. They're going to mark him at the 35-yard line. So it's going to be 3rd and 6 here for the Bearcats offense. At this point, as the game is, if the score continues to separate the way it has, I imagine you'll start seeing anything special from each team start kind of just not wanting to show too much before the playoffs start next week.
Exactly.
But that doesn't mean the game's over. Bearcats still going to play. Motion, right to left. Max Holler takes a snap, drops back to pass, has some time to throw the ball, overthrows Jay Cox running the wheel right of the backfield. If he completes that, he gets at least the first down, maybe all the way up to midfield.
Yeah, Jay did a good job looking off the defense, kind of looking upfield and over to the left, and then Jay snuck out of the backfield there and was open, but Max was a little hot on the pass, overthrew it. Jay didn't have a chance on that one.
Aiden Cox is going to have his feet on about the 25-yard line, 26-yard line, ready for this punt. So we'll see how far it goes. It's going to punt it from about, after he kicks it, it'll probably be the 27-yard line. And the ball is up, and it's a good one. It's going to be caught at the 30, fair caught at the 31-yard line by number 20 for the Brock Eagles, Luke Dillingham. Once again, he's a real deal. He's a good player, but we haven't really seen him much today just because the way the offense has been rolling for the Bearcats. Lots of plays outside the hash marks, some big runs. He hadn't got to really put his fingerprints on this game.
No, he hasn't, but the other guys have certainly stepped up. They've got plenty of other weapons to choose from. And we need a defensive stop.
Jackson Gleaton still at quarterback for the Brock Eagles, but as I say that, not on this play, it looks like Cash Jones is going to be in the Wildcat here.
Miles Simmons ran on late. Cash was telling him to play.
It's going to be a fake handoff, and Cash is going to keep it right at the middle, but he tripped over the turf. So that's another negative run for Cash Jones.
Got him. Looks like he might be cramping as well.
I hope that's what it is. But yeah, he's reaching for his toes. Looks like he's stretching. So he's up. Looks to be okay, which is a good thing. But it is going to be 2nd and 11 for the Eagle offense.
So that was a positive first down play for the Bearcats.
Coach Worrell trying to get a different formation group in. Took them a little bit to respond, but they're in. 5:40 and counting here in the 3rd quarter. Pilot Point fans are giving the defense words of encouragement. Brock breaks the huddle. Gets the line of scrimmage pretty quick. Takes a snap. It's going to be a pitch out to the left. The Bearcat defense did a good job of stretching it, but with all the convoy of blockers they have out there, it's hard to get anybody out, get their hands on the ball carrier. And that was about an 8-9 yard run there on 2nd and 11, which is going to set them up for a 3rd and 2 here.
All of their runners run with quite a bit of conviction. That was number 21, Cutter Wilson.
Yes, Cutter Wilson getting a lot of carries. Got Miles Seamus, got Chris Palfreeman.
Bunch of guys to choose from.
Yep.
They all run the ball hard.
Bearcats don't jump on this hard count. And it's going to be a power to Cash Jones, who's going to follow some blockers. Hurdle a man, and a touchdown saving tackle by Jay Cox, coming from a defensive end position, having to circle all the way around, chase Cash Jones down from behind, dive out, and trip him up before he makes another house call.
Yeah, you cannot fault Jay Cox's effort tonight. Man, he's played his heart out. Saved a touchdown right there. Just clipped the guy's heels and brought him down.
Cash Jones sure likes the hurdle, doesn't he?
He does.
I wonder if he runs hurdle and track because he's fast. I've seen him jump over a few guys so far. They motion Cash out of the backfield. Looks like they might swing it to him, but no.
Oh, they got a wide open man down the seam.
Pressure causes that miss, but 21 Cutter Wilson was running down the right seam wide open, and the pressure got to Jackson Gleaton, and he couldn't get the ball to him.
Yeah, luckily we had some pressure
on
him because if he'd had time to set up and make a little bit better throw, that was reservations for 6.
Yep. So a good effort play by Jay Cox. The play before saves a touchdown. You Brock misses that one. No, you like to see maybe something happens. Bearcats can force a Twin City turnover. That's going to be a quarterback power, and Jackson Gleaton's going to have some space to run. TK tries to bring him down but can't. A couple of the Bearcats eventually push him down, but not until he gets inside the Point Bank red zone to about the 18-yard line. 1st and 10 for the Brock Eagles on the drive. At the Bearcat 18-yard line, 3:54 and counting here in the third quarter.
Once again, another guy that runs the ball just like the other ones, just runs it super tough, super fast.
Just thinking to myself, this is one of the first teams we played where the quarterback's really not making a significant impact running the football, and there he goes.
Yeah, then he gets loose.
It's going to be a rollout right, looking to pass. They're going to hit Cash Jones in the flat. Got to make a tackle. Max Holler's able to wrap him up.
Great tackle,
and then the
Max.
forward progress is stopped. That was a great breakdown wrap up by Max Holler there. You kind of brought up earlier, you know, the superstar for each team going at it, and had some good battles so far here. Max Holler has been making most of the tackles. Some of the times he goes for a ride. Sometimes he wraps him up and brings him down immediately. That was one of those times.
Yeah, that was a great tackle by Max. Squared him up.
It's going to be a pitch. This is Pal Freeman. He's going to bounce it out, and he's going to get into the end zone. He's a weapon as well, man. They are loaded with weapons here.
Yeah, their offensive line is doing a great job of blocking as well, because I think that's the second time number 8's gotten loose and we haven't touched him.
Yeah, you know, so I was never played linebacker, so I know they have different keys. But when I watch the historically bad Cowboys defense, they talk about how the defensive players aren't trusting their eyes, aren't trusting their keys. So I don't know what the I don't know what the linebackers read, but I can imagine the just mass confusion that goes along with it. Running backs running everywhere,
a lot to decipher.
Linemen down, you know, doing all sorts of different things. I can imagine the chaos that it has to be trying to play linebacker running against this sort of offense.
Yeah, you're absolutely right. They love the misdirection and just the convoy of blockers that you have to try to get through to make a tackle against these guys. I mean,
well, let's go to a quick commercial and come back on the other side.
Hi, I'm Greg Pelzel. Here at Pelzel Printing, we do custom embroidery, custom screen printing, and promotional product. You can reach Greg Pelzel at 940-453-5443. Go Bearcats.
I'm Miguel Prado, student trainer for the Bearcats, and you're listening to Bearcat Football on PilotPointBearcats.com.
And we're back to John with the Chandler Cabinet score and drive summary.
Yeah, Ryan, that took 7 plays, 69 yards. Very nice. 2 minutes and 55 seconds off the clock. That was Chris Pal Freeman. It was at least his second touchdown of the night. Nice little scamper by him.
Let's go to a Travis Irick out-of-town scoreboard here.
Yeah, Boyd's up on Bowie big, 35-0 at halftime. So I guess Boyd has decided to respond after two bad weeks in a row. Paradise is up 37-6 with 3 minutes left in the third quarter, and Whitesboro is beating Peaster 35-0, 4 minutes left in the third quarter.
Looks like Whitesboro might, I don't know. I wish I would have checked the district standings to see who's going to pick up that 4th playoff spot. Weird little bounce quick kick to Bearcats field, and they're going to get it. They're going to end this kickoff return at about the 35-yard line. Not much for a Trent Trubenbach kickoff return. Not really much space. By the time these guys have been fielding the ball, the Brock kick return team is kind of in their face. Kind of an interesting strategy as a special teams, you know, setup here on the kickoff. You have kickers that can boot the ball, but this is what you've decided to do. But they're, you know, doing pretty good coverage on it. So, you know.
Yeah, they are. I think they're kind of expecting the Bearcats to fumble or something.
Well, it is tricky on fielding it. Getting it fielded has been tricky a few times, but the Bearcats have ultimately done it every time. Hand off to Ish Harris. Ish Harris is met immediately, trying to find some room, but he can't. He puts the ball on the ground. Looks like Brock's going to jump on it.
Yeah, I think Brock got it.
That's the first Twin City turnover of the game. Number 22 for the Brock Eagles. Vance Washington jumps on it. Ish Harris got his hands on the football. He's trying to be patient, find something. Just didn't seem to be anything, but a couple Brock defenders get there, hit him from behind, ball comes out. So this is where it could start getting ugly for the Bearcats if they don't bow their neck here and try to make a stop.
Yeah, we're on the verge of this game getting out of hand for sure. If we don't get a turnover ourselves, but hey, couple weeks in a row we've seen two fumbles back to back. Let's hope for that.
I'll tell you what, if I was a betting man and I could bet on if there was going to be a fumble by Brock, it would be on this play. If they don't fumble on this play, I don't know what to tell you. And they hand it to Cash Jones, and Cash Jones finds some space, and he does not fumble. They bring him down at about the 26-yard line. 7 yards on the carry. Looked like they're going to give him 6. Going to make it 3rd and 4 here at the 26-yard line of the Bearcats.
There has been a positive in this third quarter. It's that we've tackled Cash Jones.
Yeah, but then
we
have. They got so many weapons. Pal Freeman
really
he doesn't look quite as explosive, but he finds the hole and he's hard to catch as well. I mean, he's really good as well.
He is.
Going to a shotgun formation. They're going to look to pass here. Good pressure here.
Oh, they got it, man.
Yeah, Pal Freeman runs
again.
right by Ish Harris,
and he dropped it.
He drops it again. That's the second touchdown ball that number 8 has been running right behind Bearcat defenders. Ball hits him in the hands, and he just didn't bring it down.
Yeah, man, quarterback made a nice throw. It looked like Pal Freeman just took his eyes off of it. Looked like a sure touchdown.
Yeah, that one was in the end zone. So yeah,
they had us beat.
Yeah, so here we go, 3rd and 4 here for the Eagles. They're in the same shotgun formation. Let's see if they air it out again, and they're going to hand it off. And this is number 11, Seamus, who's going to get it across the 20 for a first down. Miles Seamus. He's been a good ball carrier as well for the Eagles here tonight.
Looks like he's got a little curly Brockman in him with the crazy legs.
Yeah. Curly's not playing tonight. Miss seeing Curly out here. Shotgun formation for the Brock Eagles. 2 receivers right and 2 left. Snap. Looking to throw the ball. They throw it into the flats. Cash Jones going to catch it. And no one's going to be there to make the tackle. Touchdown, Brock Eagles. And that's going to make it
58-21.
Pending an extra point. Just more offensive explosion here from the Brock Eagles to start the second half. And that one was set up by a turnover by the Bearcats. Swinging the gate, the extra point would make it 59-21 Eagles.
Yeah, we talked about it, Ron. I mean, they put up 55, 66, 79, 60. They've put up a lot of points this year against opponents.
Yeah. Pilot Point Rush gets a great rush on the kick, but they just can't get their hands on it, can't get it blocked. Nick's Italian extra point is good. Minute 26 left in the third quarter. Brock 59, Pilot Point 21. Let's go to a commercial.
Point Bank is proud to support the Pilot Point Bearcats 2020 football season. Open your real free checking account with Point Bank and show your Bearcat pride with a Point Bank school logo debit card, custom designed with the Pilot Point High School logo on the front. Visit pointbank.com to know more. Point Bank, your neighbors love us, you will too. Member FDIC.
I'm Claire Thompson, and you are listening to Bearcat Football on PilotPointBearcats.com.
And we're back with the Chandler Cabinet score and drive summary, John.
4 plays, 32 yards, a minute 20 off the clock.
Cash Jones got his first receiving touchdown.
Yeah, receiving touchdown by Cash Jones.
A little screen play, but nonetheless.
They blocked it well, and he took it to the house.
Yeah, I wonder how much we're going to see him going forward with the 59-21 game.
We'll start sitting out a lot of their starters.
Not offended by them throwing the football because they were much less effective, it seems, throwing the football.
Yeah, something they wanted to work on.
Yeah, well, you know, Pilot Point, this is quite impressive for Brock because Pilot Point is the second number 2 team in the district. So, you know, this is a pretty impressive win to send yourself off to the playoffs if you're Brock. And this kickoff is deep, and there we go. So this is the first time they put it deep in the air, and it goes all the way into the end zone for a touchback. You know, Pilot Point in the first half, they had nothing. Yeah, first half, the Bearcat offense had nothing to be ashamed of. So you can feel real good going into the playoffs with the way the offense performed in the first half. But you want to see yourself build on that. At this point, you know, I'm going to go out on a limb and say you're probably not going to win the game, but you want to see yourself make some strides, build yourself some confidence back up before you go play either Thursday or Friday night in Stephenville. Yep. You play either the Clyde Bulldogs or the early Longhorns.
Jamar Washington on the chat seems to think we're going to be playing Clyde. based on their scores, I guess.
Thanks for that tidbit of info. We'll try to get it confirmed before the game's over tonight if we can. Hand off to Ish Harris. He reverses field. He's going to pick up about 5 yards on the first down carry. Tough run there, especially after his last run was a tough run where he fumbled. Good to see he's still, looking to make yardage. He reversed the field, got some yardage.
It went right back to him, and he ran the ball hard. Got 5 yards on that carry. Not bad.
Well, under a minute and counting here in the third quarter. Max Holler in the shotgun, trips right. Takes a snap, it's going to be a quarterback power. Max Holler's going to really have nowhere to go at. He gets maybe 1.5 yards to 2 yards. They're going to mark it down at the 31.5 yard line, which is going to set us up for 3rd and 3. And I imagine, we'll see what happens here. Brock trying to get some late defensive substitutions here. They do get a man in. That kid ran a long way. He ran from the offensive line. Huddle over here all the way onto the field to play defensive tackle here on this 3rd and short.
Pass.
It's going to be a rollout to Max Holler. Hits Jay Cox in the flat. Goes through his hands to incompletion. 4th and 5. Gotten confirmation that if this game holds, that we would play Clyde next week in Stephenville. So that would be the matchup I would if I had to guess now the way this one's going. The Clyde Bulldogs. I believe that's what their mascot is. You ever have any experience with Clyde?
Not at all.
You know what? I'm thinking of McGregor maybe.
McGregor Bulldogs?
I may have been calling them the Bulldogs the whole broadcast and have no idea what their mascot is.
I'll do some research on them.
Well, Aiden Cox back to punt, trying to get some motion by Brock. Couldn't do it, so the snap is going to come. But not until the delay of game happens. So that's an advanced fit care penalty. Try to get some pre-snap motion on the Brock Eagles. They were disciplined there and didn't jump. Mark it off, but it's still going to be 4th and enough to punt.
Good to see Aiden Cox back this week, though.
They are the Bulldogs. Look at me go. Good guess. I was able to confirm via a quick Google search that they were the Bulldogs.
Time and date will be determined tomorrow, is what I understand.
The time and date will be determined tomorrow, but I was informed that the location is set. So we've all agreed to meet in Stephenville either Thursday or Friday night, I believe, of next week. Bearcat defense is taking the field for what will be the last play of the third quarter. Brock's going to come out with their possession, 1st and 10 at their own 34-yard line. See if we have some changes in the offense. Well, they still got Jackson Gleaton coming in at quarterback. They got number 21 in as the deep back and Cass Jones' spot. 21 Cutter Wilson, he's not a backup, he's a starter. He runs the football and he's running it well here up the middle. TK comes in and has to tackle Cutter, who was running very physical. But at the end of the third quarter, it is Brock Eagles 59, Pilot Point Bearcats 21. Go to a quick commercial break and come back for the fourth quarter.
Connect your life to the world with Speed of Light broadband. In the age of information, the internet is no longer a convenience or luxury. It is an essential element of the human experience. The internet has changed the way we think about and interact with the world. At Speed of Light broadband, we unite communities to this universe of information through fixed, high-speed wireless broadband connections. Speed of Light broadband's internet service is faster and more reliable than DSL or satellite connections. Speed of Light broadband. We bring your home and your community into the digital future.
I'm Troy Tincher, number 2, and you are listening to Bearcat Football on PilotPointBearcats.com.
If you're watching the broadcast, looks like the Bearcat band's having a good time over there. Band never loses faith, never loses that intensity. Molly Holloway operating the camera for us tonight.
Doing an excellent job for it.
Since we got this Nick's Italian nice old video camera, she's done a good job of making sure we have good video feed going on.
Yeah, and unfortunately we're not going to be able to show video, I guess, in the playoffs, Ryan.
Yeah, I don't think they're going to be UIL. Oh, man, quarterback keeper at the left side. Luckily, we were able to slow him down a little bit, but he's still going to gain some yards. That's new quarterback number 10. He's actually taken a few snaps tonight. Tyler Moody, he's taken a few snaps in that position tonight. I think it's funny the UIL won't allow us to air playoff games because they have the rights. I don't see them out in I have a feeling they're not going to be out in Stephenville tomorrow or next week to get the old Clyde Pilot Point game.
Nice tackle by Ryan Stewart on that last play.
See new faces on the Bearcat defense.
Quarterback down.
Ryan Stewart's been playing most of the night there at the defensive end position. Moody in at quarterback for the Eagles. He's going to take the snap and hand it off up the middle. Seamus is going to get this carry. And Jay Cox along with Preston Webb. Preston Webb in the ball game is one of the first men there. And him along with Jay Cox make that tackle and help the ball carrier up. That was Seamus on the carry. And so it's going to be 2nd and 10 again here for the Eagles. I like shouting out players who are getting some playing time who don't always see a ton of snaps.
Exactly.
Preston Webb got to play in the back half of last week's game. He made a few good tackles. He forced the fumble in the Ball Ponder game at the opening kickoff. He's made some plays.
He's a playmaker.
Yeah.
Had a nice interception earlier in the year.
Under center takes the snap. Seamus gets the carry, and Jay Cox going to be the first man there. Ryan Riney helps bring him down, along with, I believe that is TK. Tyler Cavalse. I'll call him TK because I think I was saying his last name wrong the last 2 weeks.
Yeah, it sounds better anyways. I think he
You're a nickname guy anyway.
Yeah, Coach Marsh calls him TK. I love me a good nickname.
3rd and 7 here for the Eagles. Right about midfield. They got the ball at their own 49-yard line. 2 receivers right. 2 running backs in the backfield with Moody. Motion right to left. There's going to be a whistle here before the snap, and it looks like it's going to be a uppercut granted timeout on the Bearcats there on that 3rd and 7. So 10 minutes and 26 seconds left here in the Peacock family 4th quarter. A Laura Bradley scoreboard check. Brock 59, Pilot Point 21. Looks like Brock's going to seal up the district championship here tonight. So be there. I don't know how long have they been playing football, John? Do you know? I know Chad's been here since the inception of the football program. How long have they been playing football?
I think it was 2014. I think he won.
What a lot. They've done a lot.
State like their 2nd year in inception. I mean, it's amazing. You know, it's just like we talked about Peaster starting up their program. I mean, I always knew Brock as a basketball school back in the 90s. But, man, he's taken, basketball athletes like that Nathan Jones, 6'4", 6'5", and turned them into heck of football players.
Yeah, well, they're equally impressive as any team that I've seen this year, probably more so. So they have a good chance to go all the way with these athletes. They stay healthy, catch a few breaks for the playoffs. They could definitely make a run at it. Moody, the quarterback here for the Eagles on 3rd and 7. Motion right to left. Roll out. It's going to be a pass. They're going to hit number 21 in the flat. He's going to have space to run. TK is going to try to get there and push him out of bounds.
Man, he's quick.
And he can't get there. And he can run equally as fast as the rest of them. 21. Hunter Wilson. Another touchdown for Brock there. 65-21 Brock.
Now I'm guessing they got a good track program as well, Ryan.
I would have to imagine.
Man, the way they run in the open field.
I would have to imagine because, I mean, Pal Freeman has been just a speed demon. Cutter Wilson looked like the power back. He's a big kid. Doesn't look like he's the speed guy. He showed speed there. And then, of course, Cass Jones, the fastest of all of them.
Absolutely.
I bet they have a pretty good sprint relay team, wouldn't you say?
You would think so.
Bearcats getting good pressure on the PATs, just can't get their hands on it. That Nick Stallion PAT is good. 10-16 left in the 4th quarter. Brock 66, Pilot Point 21. Let's go to a break.
Pelzo Barbershop and Salon and Southern Junkies has been home of the Bearcats since 1973. Whether you are looking for a classic crew cut or the perfect game day outfit, we have you covered. We carry a few fan favorite brands including Hey Dude Shoes, Judy Blue Jeans, Z Supply Clothing, and Orleans Candle Company. Come check us out on the north side of the square in downtown Pilot Point or online at www.southernjunkies.com, and that is junkies with a Z. And don't forget, go Bearcats!
Hey Bearcat fans, it's varsity cheerleader Abby Walker, and you're listening to Bearcat Football on PilotPointBearcats.com. Go Bearcats!
We're back, Bearcat fans, with the Chandler Academy scoring drive summary.
Yeah, it was 5 plays, 66 yards. Took a minute 54 off the clock.
This Brock offense is explosive, man.
Yeah, and that
all
was,
of them.
What, Cutter Wilson, number 21?
Yeah. Simple little play action, hit him out in the flat.
Man,
you know.
He just outran everybody, didn't he?
Yeah, I mean, it wasn't, you throwing the ball this late in the game with this sort of lead. It wasn't an aggressive call. It wasn't throwing the ball down the field. Yeah, he threw the ball into the flat route and got a good block. Yeah. Yep. Receivers out there blocking. Kid outruns everybody else. Avery Smith on this Trent Trubenbuck kickoff return, only able to get about 4 or 5 yards. Tries to spin and gets out of a tackle.
He was fighting for it. But
yeah. Still effort there and running the football there by Avery Smith. So, Bearcat offense is taking the field. Let's see some runs for some first downs, get some clock moving. Try to get out of here healthy. Because you would have loved to win, you would have loved a district championship, but at this point you're in the playoffs. Getting out of here healthy.
Get some other guys some experience maybe.
Looks like Max Holler's still under center. He's going to take the snap and hand it off to Ish Harris. Ish Harris is going to be caught in the backfield. Nowhere to go. And that is a negative 1 yard there on first down.
Yeah, we probably didn't emphasize enough how stout Brock's defensive and offensive lines are. I mean, man.
Yeah, Drillett's coming out. He was in on that play, but his night's probably done. Jay Cox in the backfield with Ish Harris and Max Holler. 2 receivers right. Looks like we're going to have tight end on the far side. Snap. Fake pitch. Max Holler's going to bring it back. He's going to have some space. He's going to be drugged down at about the 29-yard line, so that's going to set us up for 3rd and 1. That was the only man that really had an opportunity to make that tackle. If number 20 there doesn't make a tackle.
Luke Dillingham, we talked about him in the pregame. I think basically any other free safety in the district, Max probably takes that to the house. But
solid tackle there. Saved a touchdown probably. Max Holler, I don't know if anybody else is going to catch him. 3rd and 1 here at the ball at the 29-yard line of the Pilot Point Bearcats. Under 9 minutes to go. Max Holler gets him to jump. I don't know if they're going to get the penalty, but Ish Harris is going to get the first down before Dillingham comes up and meets Ish Harris. He hit Ish Harris hard, but I think Ish Harris won. Ish Harris come out on top. Dillingham wasn't even the one that actually made the tackle.
Ish can bring it. I thought we had him offsides. There's no flag, but it still disrupted the defense with the hard count, it looked like.
Yep. I think Aston Kirby might get a carry here.
I'd like to see that little jet sweep.
Ish had to come out, so I don't know if they immediately got a substitution in, so I don't know exactly what's going to happen here. But no, Aston Kirby is going to be at receiver. Jay Cox is going to be the one tailback with Max Holler in the shotgun. Holler takes a snap, hands it off to Jay Cox up the middle, and he's going to get just across the 35, maybe 1 yard on the carry. 2nd and 9 for the Bearcats here.
There's not a lot of room up the middle against this stout Brock defense.
This defense has been stingy all year, so getting 21 points out of them in the first half is not something that was probably expected. But they've answered that first half with a pretty dominant second half here for the Brock Eagles. Max Holler back to pass, steps up in a pocket, maneuvers, gets out, and is going to try to break a tackle, and he cannot. He is sacked for negative 2 yards there. 25. Carson Carter made some big tackles tonight. He's the one that puts the pressure on Max Holler and ultimately brings him down for the sack.
Yeah, to your point, Ryan, the only 2 other teams that put up 21 or more on these guys, it's Paradise put up exactly 21 and Iowa Park with 35.
And Iowa Park is a good-sized 4A football team.
Yeah, they are.
Interesting to see what the Bearcats do here on 3rd and 11. Trips left, 1 receiver right. Max Holler is going to look to pass, quarterback draw up the middle, and he may get the first down. Oh, no, he's not going to be able to. Good solid tackle there by number 33, Dylan Mueller.
Yeah, he just cut off the angle, didn't he? It looked like Max had room for the first down, but
Mueller's in for what Dillingham's spot would be. I think they've got Dillingham out here late in the game. No need to put their starters out here and risk any sort of injury. So the Bearcats are looking at a 4th and 3.5, 4th and 4, 6:23 and counting here in the Peacock family fourth quarter.
Of course.
Yeah,
Might as well.
Might as well. Try to get some momentum in this game. Jay Cox in the backfield. Bearcats going to have to take their second uppercut granted timeout, and with that timeout, we're going to go to a quick break, and we'll be back.
"2020 has been a roller coaster of a year, but there's one thing I know that brings Pilot Point together better than anything, and that's Bearcat football and high school sports. Hi, I'm Realtor Travis Irick with Irick Real Estate. My family has lived in Pilot Point for over 100 years, so we know the area and love the community. If you have any real estate needs, please contact me or find me on Facebook. I look forward to working with you. Go Bearcats!
I'm Lisa Castorina, a student trainer for the Bearcats, and you're listening to Bearcat Football on PilotPointBearcats.com.
And we're back, Bearcat fans. 6:09 left here in the Peacock family fourth quarter. Bearcats offense coming back out on the field with a 4th and 3. See what they decide to do. Ish Harris is back in the ball game, standing next to Max Holler. Ish Harris, after a big run earlier, he needed a minute, and he's back on the field for this 4th down play. Trips left. It's going to be a fake handoff, and this is going to be a ball floated up in the air. Not entirely sure to who, but that's going to be a turnover on downs. And here, we got more games. We got radio broadcast every week from here on out. As long as the Bearcats keep winning, we're going to keep doing the radio broadcast. But like we mentioned earlier, this will be the last week of video, so we want to thank Molly Holloway for the season worth of work she's put in with us. Also talk a little bit behind the scenes stuff, I guess. Chance Kirby and Travis Marsh come up with this vision of these radio broadcasts and the video casts and all the stuff that we do. And man, I'm really glad they got to be a part of this, and just knowing how they talk and some of the ideas that we bounce around during the week. I think that we've had a good first year. We've got to figure out how all this stuff works. And I think going forward throughout the playoffs and into our second season next year, the fans who watch us can really look forward to seeing this broadcast grow and us bring a lot of extra things to the table week in and week out that you might not see on some other broadcasts of towns this size.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, hats off to Chance and Coach Marsh for all the effort they put in behind the scenes. They're constantly working to make this thing better. I don't think
talk about how their actual jobs get in the way sometimes.
Exactly.
Of their Bearcat media empire they're trying to build. Also want to thank, I know that Roger was on the podcast today, and they talked to him a little about it, but he's here, and he actually, we just basically, they got it to where we show up and call the game, and Roger has to get here early and stays late and sets everything up, make sure the sound's good, and we couldn't do this broadcast without him as well.
Touchdown Terry Slay says, Roger, you're the real MVP.
And that is without a doubt. If anybody actually, I know y'all, all the people listening are on the other end of the receiver, so I'm sure when we have technical difficulties, they know about it. But they don't understand all the stuff that we went through on this side with different software programs, different server errors, internet errors, broadcasting from next to a press box in Paradise with
some stairs.
Yeah, where they have no lights in the building. This could be much worse, but we're on a roof tonight. We started off week 1 in a hot box in the press box in Pilot Point. It was 100 degrees outside. It was probably 110 degrees in that box you and I were stuffed into. And now we have a whole setup on the second level. We've come a long ways this year.
The setup that Roger has put together at Massey Stadium, I enjoy that. I enjoy broadcasting games at home now.
Yep.
It's awesome.
I sure do. Yeah, they don't just work Friday nights. They're doing Thursday nights at JV games, middle school games, making sure that any bugs that might come up, they've tried to work through them beforehand. So as we just continue to do this week in, week out, this is just going to continue to grow and be something that I think that the Bearcat fans can be proud of. That if they can't come all the way out to Brock, Texas, or Stephenville, Texas, or wherever we're going to be at, they know that they're going to have a reliable, at the very worst, radio broadcast to fall back onto, where we can do our best to bring them Bearcat football wherever they're at. Nesbitt, I think it's Brad Nesbitt last week was listening over in Afghanistan to us.
Yeah, that's amazing.
Things like that were just neat. Bus Menard, my dad, is the statistician. He tries his best to get us score and drive summaries, Bearcat stats, to talk about at halftime and post game, and it's been a big team effort that we've all had to try to learn how to do the best things this year, but I think we're really getting it figured out. And the games to come, seasons to come, it's just going to grow and get better and better.
Yeah, and of course, living in a pandemic has been rough. But if you take some positives, the advancements that we've had to make to show people these games. It's been positive.
It's been a fun season, but you know what? It's not over, so this game's not going to turn out the way we wanted it to. But we're going to finish second in this district, and we're going to have a chance to go in the playoffs. And you know what they say, you just got to get in. Get into a playoff situation where, it's win or go home. All you got to do is go in, and crazier things have happened.
That's
a few years ago, we got eliminated by Mineola in the playoffs. So I think nobody saw Mineola doing anything that year. They got all the way to the state championship game. So you just get in and play it 1 week at a time, beat whoever's in front of you.
Catch fire.
Next thing you know, it's Thanksgiving. You win the game on Thanksgiving. Next thing you know, you're in the first, second week of December playing really meaningful football. So the Bearcats have done that part to get in. And here they're trying to finish this game strong, and they're making it hard on Brock to find any space here. And there's a flag on the play. It's going to be a pre-snap motion on Brock, which is going to make this a redo third down, 3rd and 9. Got a few new running backs in for the Brock Eagles. Got 17, Zach Brewster, sophomore, getting some carries for the Eagles. Looks like number 12, Eli Potts, has gotten a carry.
And right on a positive note, finishing second in district, pits us against the 3rd seed from District 3 3A, and that's Clyde, as we mentioned, and their record's 4-6 overall. They're 3-2 in district play. Behind, I guess, Tuscaloosa Jim Ned finished first. They're 8-1 overall, 5-0 in district, and then the Wall Hawks were second, 4-1 in district, and 7-3 overall.
Seamus gets this carry, and there's just nowhere to go. The Bearcats defense bottled them up for -1 yard. It's going to be 4th and 11. And, I don't want to get too caught up in the record. My senior year, we went and played the first round game against Boyd, and they were 5-5, and, they were a 5-5 football team, they're not very good. And, man, they gave us everything we can handle.
Yeah.
And so.
Anytime Boyd and Pilot Point get together, it's usually there's a lot of equity involved, as Coach Marsh said. It just means something different. Boy, they're rushing everybody on here, huh?
Oh, they're going to get a field goal attempt here. It's going to be a 43-yarder here. Let's see the range here. 43-yarder. Snap, hold, kick is up, and it's too low. This is kind of what I talked about earlier is, you might be kicking these extra points that might be good from 40+, but when you actually kick a 40+ yarder, and the clock is running. So I guess they're just everybody's just in a hurry to get out of here. They just missed a field goal, and the clock has been running, but we're under a minute and a half and counting, so. But, that is a good district over there, that district that Clyde's in. So they're a third-place team, but they're a third-place team in a really solid district.
Yeah.
We beat Jim Ned in the playoffs last year, but that's kind of a similar situation as Brock team. Lots of talent, but lots of young talent. Another year to grow together. I'm imagining a lot of seniors on that Jim Ned team. They're a great team. We saw Wall. We were able to beat them last year, but they were the #1 team in the state when we beat them. So, Clyde, we can't just overlook them because of their record. They're in a tough district over there. Jay Cox gets that jet sweep. Or Avery Smith gets that jet sweep. Nowhere really to go. So just want to recap to everybody. We are playing next week. We don't know. I was told that we believe it's either Thursday night or Friday night. At this point, I don't think a Saturday option is being floated around. It is in Stephenville, and it looks like at this point it is going to be the Clyde Bulldogs. So next week in Stephenville at Tarleton State University. John, did you ever play at Tarleton State?
No, I did not. A lot of my buddies played college there.
Yeah.
I've seen quite a few games there, but not in recent memory, but I've heard they've done a lot to their stadium because they're going to D1.
Yeah.
I hear a lot of commercials.
Yeah,
my wife went to school there for one semester.
We played Brady there in the state semifinals my senior year and got the win.
Yeah.
But that's where we're going to be next week, guys. So we're going to wrap up here from Brock, Texas, where the Brock Eagles have secured the district championship with a convincing 66-21 win over the Bearcats. The Bearcats will finish the regular season 7-3. This will be their second district loss, but they'll take second place in this division, in this district. And we will see you guys next week. I want to go through my list of thank yous. We're not going to run through the stats here at the end of the game.
Yeah, I'm sure the Bearcats are going to, once again, like my future ex-mother-in-law likes to say, Lena Jarsh, Shout out to Lena. I love you. I'm just kidding. But we will build a bridge and get over this, Lena. And Bearcats are going to come back with some serious fight next week.
Yeah, all right, guys. So thank you, fans, for listening. Thanks to Pilot Point ISD, the PilotPointBearcats.com, Brock ISD, all of the fans on the chat tonight, Chance Kirby, Travis Marsh, statistician Buzz Menard, sound engineer Roger Marsh, production assistant Molly Holloway, title sponsor Speedlight Broadband, and all the rest of our sponsors. Thank you, guys, and good night.
Go Bearcats.
Go Bearcats.